Oh, I think someone shit in my pants.
And we're live with no
Perfect.
What's up, everybody? Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
Woo!
Happy New Year in about
Happy
5 more
New
minutes
Year.
for us.
Oh,
Past.
87 minutes.
Stop living in the past.
Hey,
We can't help it.
I
We live in
can't-
the past.
I can't help it. We live in the past of your future.
you got three people here from the East Coast.
Mind fuck.
Let me tell you what's going to happen in 2023.
It's going to be
Nothing.
the same shit.
You're going to hear a lot of
2022.
noise. You're going to hear a lot of noise outside your window.
What's up, Joe? Happy New Year to you too, my friend.
Happy New Year to all, and to all a good night.
Of course we are.
Especially if we shit our pants.
Yeah.
Oh,
Been there,
Drinking.
done that, whatever.
So, yeah, like Basement was saying, and I was talking. Up, see here, he's already on it.
No, Wendy's fucking whining.
It is episode 51 of No Bucks Given. We are on the border, on the precipice, on the cusp of the 1 year anniversary of the show, which, oh my God. And as Basement alluded to, most of us are now officially in 2023. Heather is literally, shit, I just realized 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away from being into the new year. So to all those who are in the new year, Happy New Year. And to those who are about to be, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is once again a very laxed episode of No Bucks Given, which you can listen to, of course, right here on the YouTube channel and your favorite podcasting platform, which I got some fun stuff to talk about with that too. So this is going to be another laxed one where there's not going to be a whole lot of like specific topics and discussions. We got a few that we're going to throw at you. Of course, we'll throw up some conversation in the chat too. But for the most part, it's going to be much like the holiday one, where we're just kind of New Year's discussions or
We'll do it
talk.
live.
What's that?
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll talk a little bit about what we thought about 2022, whether it be collectively, individually, spiritually,
shit.
mentally, physically, rectally, whatever.
no, she's fine. She's fine.
Good, she's fine. And then also what we're aiming for 2023. So, of course, we got the whole Horny Goat fam here. We've got JP, we got Heather, we got Rayshawn, and we've got Canadian Basement. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
I'm getting drunk.
I'm
Good
on
I'm
I'm
halfway
on the
there.
same train with her.
I'm under the train. I'll be under the train real soon.
Whoa.
I feel it.
For those of you who are watching the video version of this, I did kind of scare the crew a little bit with my sudden alteration.
God, he's transforming.
I'm waiting for the chat to just be like, "What the fuck, man?"
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Everyone in my family is like, "Oh man, you look weird." I'm like I'm gonna get
Thank
used to
you.
it. I say, "Hey,
It's just
listen,
my natural
this'll-
face.
this will be some good motivation to get back to the gym." The worst. But I was saying earlier, like I shaved and like I got to like trimming the goatee and mustache, and it's like the more I trim them like this is disgusting. I think I heard something shriek, and so I just shaved it all off. I'm not sure what sort of animals were living in there, but it needed to happen. But 2022 is, I mean, obviously Heather's 5 minutes away. 2022 is pretty much in the books, and 2023 is
Still 5
on the,
minutes away?
well, for her, yeah.
Yeah. I still got another 3 minutes.
You're in a different time zone, man.
5 minutes. 7
I
minutes.
know.
We can see the future.
I think Trek is like 3 hours away from the New Year. He's on the West Coast, right?
He's mountain time.
Yeah, so,
He's Mountain
He's
Time.
2 hours behind us.
holy God. So he's even further in the past. We're futurists all here, right, Sean? We are the future.
Jurgen,
Yeah.
Jurgen. Oh shit! You shaved.
Oh shit, you shaved. Babyface
Oh,
Pro, what
shit.
the hell? That's what I was waiting for. I was
Holy-
waiting for the chat to just be like, what the f-? Yeah. It's been about at least 2 years since I've shaved my face like this. So yeah, it's going to be sure did. Happy New Year. But 2022, hi Wendy. 2022 is pretty much in the books for the most part. So we'll talk, I guess, a little tidbit about what we thought about the year, what we're looking forward to in 2023, and some other shiznit.
Yeah.
You can tell we clearly have strong structure in this week's episode.
This week it was just a fuck it week.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been a fucking month, I think. I feel like it's been borderline a fucking month.
This time of year is just like you're coming off of the.
It's the holidays right on top of each other.
Holiday crash.
Yeah.
New Year is just like. It's just
Listen,
like, no.
I'm still in a turkey coma from Thanksgiving personally, so it's just looping into December.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been a good
You
year.
should get Wendy's reaction, Connor.
Mm.
You don't even know who the fuck that is, do you? Who is that? Oh, okay. So he knows who it is.
He's smart, yeah. I just love the
The instant stop in the middle of it drinking. You went, ooh.
So the first time, Wendy has always seen me with a beard, and when I shaved it the first time, how old was she? Like 2?
She wasn't even. She was barely a year old the first time you shaved it.
I had shaved my beard like completely. I completely shaved, and she looked up at me, and she stood there the whole time and watched me.
Yeah.
But as I turned around and looked at her, she turned around, ran out of the room crying to her mom because she didn't know who I was.
There's a man in the bathroom.
That's exactly what she like pointed. She's like, "There, mom."
That's hilarious. I do see those like videos all the time where like when the child is not you, like the child always sees the male father, like, you know, or male figure with like some sort of beard or facial hair, and then they just completely.
Not me shaving. I don't have a beard.
Why did she look at you?
She's weird. She's a weird kid. Yeah. So.
I would be fucked up in like 5 minutes, guys. Not lying.
I can't shave my beard.
Hey, what are you drinking?
It's just lots, man.
What are you drinking?
I just finished some Bacardi Superior.
Oh
boy.
It's just whatever. I got Constitution. 2 seconds later, dead asleep.
So Connor, something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that they're dropping the sneak preview for the upcoming
Quantum Leap,
Quantum Mania movie next Monday for the national championship game in college football? They're doing a sneak preview for it next week.
I heard some rumblings that there was going to be some sort of like an alternate trailer or some sort of like extra footage or bonus footage or whatnot. Marvel is putting a lot of they're putting a lot of stake into Quantumania and Guardians. I don't know about the Marvels, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I did hear. I didn't know when, but I heard that like sometime beginning of January they were going to put a big push in Quantumania footage, because I think soon Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is going to be on Disney Plus like in the next like couple of weeks. So that'll be like hey, here's it on Disney Plus. Now get ready for this, because God forbid we can't rest.
Happy New Year. We are now in the future.
Happy New Year.
Yes, get in there.
New Year's kiss.
No, I don't do that.
Bullshit. You forced me to do it last year.
Did I? That fucked up.
Kiss.
Well,
Yeah.
yay! Now we know who was drunk last year.
Spank bank.
He's drunk. I'm stone sober.
No, last year.
I was pretty fucked up last year.
See?
I was pretty fucked up last year.
No, I'm stone cold sober. I mean, last year. No, I was pretty fucked up. So, 2022.
I hope the hell they have all the Kangs fucking each other.
I will say this about 2022. This year was fucked. This year was fucked even more than the previous 2 years when the pandemic.
I give this year a 4 out of 10.
Everybody thought the pandemic was bad. This year is fucking terrible.
Hey.
You can't. I will say why. Like, you can't.
Oh, I'm not saying this is a great year. I'm stressing that right now.
This is 2022 in a nutshell to me. I literally had to fucking tell somebody, I really don't care what you fucking identify as. Just tell me what your fucking name is, and I will call you your name. This motherfucker comes back at me and says, well, I'm still going to fucking tell you what I identify as. I don't give a fuck what you identify as. That's what 2022.
This was a
essentially
pronoun year. He's absolutely right because
That's a pretty good label.
kinda, I work at
pronoun year.
Starbucks and it's
Yeah, that would be.
you gotta make sure that you don't say he, her, and this and that. I'm gonna say you by your name. I'm just calling you by your name. What's your name?
He's like, you're being disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful at all, man. I really don't give a fuck what you identify as. Because I'm not going to fuck number one. I'm not going to fucking hit on you.
Right.
And number two.
Sure.
Not yet.
Yes. And number two, I really don't give a fuck. I don't care
Right.
what people identify as. You want to identify as a fucking furry? Great. Just don't come up to me and start barking and licking my face. And we'll be good.
It's the thing that should have never entered like mainstream conversation, and it should have never been like companies asking for you to put like your pronouns in your profile at work and stuff. That shit doesn't need. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you're forcing people to acknowledge it, then you're a problem.
Yes. The problem is people that say these things think that you're the problem for not identifying with
not
it,
bending to their will.
or not outwardly supporting it, or anything.
The thing is, it's not just that. It was like the media ran with that concept of identity over everything, and it's fucking killed half the things I liked.
But it's a way. I'm sorry, Connor. It's a way how you gotta go about it, because for so many years, like, there's people that's been on this earth for 50 years and still in the working environment, and all we know is he and her. So you have to teach us and be patient with us, because all we know is he and her.
But
you can't just have an attitude or feel some type of way when somebody acknowledges you.
There's a respectful way to do it, or to like integrate it, and there's a way that, like, when people in media and stuff, they want to include like identity and identity politics. It does have a place in entertainment. It's just, man, it's like they came around the corner, fucking backed me into the back alley, beat the shit out of me, then raped me with how intense it was with that fucking stuff, man.
Go watch a video.
So I will say this. So in 2016, 2015, this is when I knew the world was fucked. I had a friend. I think I've talked about this before. I've had a friend, a former friend now, because she thinks that I'm a bad person because I don't support outwardly. So, like, I keep on saying
Keep going. I'll be right back.
But at the time, he was a he, and I had known this person as a he for many years. I knew him for 20 years before he decided to transition.
Right.
So it's something. I tried to respect the situation, in which I did respect the situation. But of course, I've known this person for 20 years. It's not easy for me to just snap my fingers and flip a switch.
Right.
So this person literally fucking lost their. Every time I say, go see him. And he's like, I'm not a him. You sure act like a him. You just fucking talk to me with a low tone voice. But I get it. I literally told her. She's like, y'all need to start respecting me and start calling me her, she. I said, motherfucker, look. I've known you as a he for 20 years, and you think I'm just going to automatically flip a switch and say she when I've known you for 20 plus years as a he? How about you show a little bit of fucking leniency and a little fucking respect to those that you're now telling that you are a girl? It is not an easy Yes, you're the one doing the physical transition, but now we have to fucking fall in line behind, because if we don't, you're gonna fucking go cry to everybody that I'm being mean to you.
That's the thing.
She did this to me like 5 fucking times. Like she went to the commander and she said he's being mean. He's not referring to me as he or she or her. And he pulled me into the office and he's like, you got to start. I'm like, Sir, this isn't easy for me either. It's
Yeah,
not easy
yeah.
for any of us. And she just didn't fucking get it. She thought we should just automatically know what she wants.
And you know what? I can see like the mindset because a lot of the people that transition are like, well, I always felt like a woman, but the outward world didn't see you that way, right? Because you obviously acted like a man for so long or whatever, right?
Right.
There's a way to go about it too. So say like, okay, so say she's transitioned over to into a woman, and people are referring to her as he or you were. Just like, you know, after the conversation is done, pull them aside or write an email or talk to each other in a more professional way instead of being like, I'm gonna bitch and moan, and then I'm gonna run to like the superior officer or whatever to complain. That's like, come on, man. You gotta have. It works both ways.
And I told her, I said, like, come on, I get it. I wasn't being disrespectful, but this isn't easy for me. You know, and I told the commander this, and he went into the office and said, so what are you going to punish him? And she looked at her for like, what?
This is
what do you want me to punish him for? He didn't do anything to be disrespectful. And had to explain to her over and over and over and over again that this isn't easy for everybody else. They've all known you for how many years as a man, and now all of a sudden you're dumping this on them as like they should just know. Like, and she just didn't get it. I made her cry one day and she left work. But she called me a racist bigot. Because I voted for Donald Trump. And for everybody out there, I voted for Donald Trump. It's a lot better option than the fucking shitbag that was running against him. So, I mean, look, you put a better candidate out there, I might have voted for that one. It's that simple. That's all. I mean, the society is so fucked right now. They don't know what they want to do.
It's a like the thing is, everything has become so confused in every aspect of life. Well, I mean, there's people want a change to happen, and there's a lot of people that feel good supporting things that they just get this extra added feeling for help, or like being on one side of an argument and being 100% one way or the other. Nothing is 100% one way or the other. So when people blindly support, and when there's commentary that comes out that it's like, if you don't blindly support, you're against it, you're a hater, you're the worst person alive. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
I can sit there and have no comment, and just because I say nothing, I'm now like a racist bigot. Like,
just because you don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's forced agreement. I don't like that.
I want people to really fucking understand. Just because somebody doesn't outwardly support
fly the gay flag.
What I mean by outwardly support is come out and say, hey, I support this, and or yes, you're right. No, there are certain things that I will do. If you can't accept me, I will put it to you like this, and everybody here knows me. I don't see color. I've never saw color. Yes, I know what the difference is, but I don't see it. And this is why I don't see the bigotry that everybody else sees. I'm sure it's there, but I grew up in a community where we had people of different color, different races, and I've never, ever, ever seen them treated any differently than. In fact, I will go so far as to say that I was treated a lot harsher than them.
It all depends on like what is the movement of the time at any point in time, and it's like I've seen people of all like races not be mistreated, but be kind of like categorized or judged beforehand. From every race, every single fucking race is racist. I can tell you that right now. In some way, It's preconceived notions that everybody has, and if that's what you're gonna call racism, then every single race is racist. I can tell you that.
So I asked how everyone's 2022 was. Left for 5 minutes, and this is where
JP
I can't leave you
put
guys
us on this
alone.
path. JP put us on this path.
I can't leave you guys alone.
You can't.
No, so I just you wanted to know how my 2022 went. My 2022 with you guys has been fantastic, but outside in the real world has been shit.
No, let's not talk about the real world.
It's like this. I have to walk on fucking eggshells.
Yeah, I hated that when I was right before I left
Because
work.
if I say the wrong fucking thing, I could get in trouble for it. And with the position that I have, I could get fired for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my job is
I
so
beat
like
at my job.
the only thing my job cares about is having the finger on the pulse of doing the bunny ears right thing and supporting the right cause. Not that it's really fucked up, man.
The actual issues.
Yeah, I'm
It's
going through it myself.
My 2022's been pretty good. We bought a house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got a 4-year-old that thinks she runs the house, but
She does. Let's be real.
I almost strangled
she
her in
does.
the living room for a
yeah,
minute.
she's in that mode of I run things around here. You listen to what I say. No, she does not have me wrapped. She almost got an ass whooping tonight, like big time.
Oh yeah.
Got a Stone Cold promo on her.
Your little chalky milk.
Yep.
What?
I do the what
Son
to
of
her
a
all
bitch.
the time. Because she'll say something. I'm like, what?
It's because you literally can't understand.
I literally can't understand her because she has that fucking thing in her mouth.
Do you think I'm gonna not go past my bedtime? What? Stomp a mud hole in your dad and walk you dry.
My 2022 was going like shit until I found Sensi. Now it's going great.
Well, I mean,
And
she's
Chocobo.
not raking in thousands and thousands of dollars, but she is a lot happier than she was.
Yeah. I'm not running myself ragged trying to figure out how to sell my fucking product.
I think
Wait,
the
so
Switch was
is
probably the
that-
best thing.
Is that separate from Mary Kay?
Yes.
Yes.
Very.
Oh.
It's better. Much better.
Wait,
So
so it's not Mary Kay at all.
No,
No,
it's not.
makeup. It's scents. So, like, do you?
It's literally fragrance for your body, your laundry, your home, and your pets.
Yo, Heather, I kid you not, when you send those things to me, I went on the Mary Kay. I'm like, where the fuck is this shit? I can't find it.
You need to use the fucking website, dude.
Wait. That
I
means
didn't even ask.
now that Rayshawn understands, you could say it all makes sense.
Yes.
You know what? It's 2023. You got to put that away.
No.
No.
Take it out.
Holster
Actually,
it.
wait. I heard a great one. I have to say this one before I forget it. So, on my shoulder, this is obviously a bad joke. On my shoulder, there's a tattoo that I have not filled in, so it's just empty space. So if any of my friends get sad or upset, I break out, colored pencils and markers and said, hey, if you get upset and you want to just like kind of like, distressed a little bit, you can go ahead and fill in the tattoo on my shoulder. That way, if they ever get upset, they always have a shoulder to crayon.
Oh, that is so
Oh
bad.
my
That
God.
is so bad.
It's so bad that it's good.
That's
But
like
it's bad.
that's a 2. That's a 2. You know why it's a 2? Because there's so much buildup, and it ended with crayon.
I'm trying to remember how he says, like, yeah, we have a shoulder to crayon.
Oh, God, no. I hate it so much.
It's so bad. Those are the ones
Wait.
I'm like, save.
So,
Is that a 2 out of 3 or 2 out of 5?
2 out of
Or 2
10,
out of 10?
man. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 3. This is a negative 4
How
out of 3.
many do I need to score? 6. Woo! 100. Huh?
Yeah, this is a pretty bad one. They can't all be winners.
I don't bring any fucking winners.
He's
Talking about, you
he's
see how I
batting
book
a-
SmackDown?
A 2.5.
Oh, God. So, I feel like 2022 has been like, meh.
Yeah. It's
Ve-
just been
very
that weird, like everything's finally getting back to the normal way outside, no mask, you can go anywhere you want. But at the
But
same
even
time, it's
that
just
is
like
still
I
not
was
normal.
having more fun sitting at home than having to listen to this shit.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, Rayshawn, nothing's gonna be really truly normal for probably another. I hate to say it, probably another 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's even
Hopefully.
saying, yeah, I know, because nothing's ever gonna be quite the same because how everything happened 2 years ago, it just threw everybody off of fucking like, it just threw everybody off their fucking axle and
But
radar.
you remember 9/11, how it took so long for the world to recover from that? I think that's what's
The
happening.
thing is,
The
9/11.
world recovered a lot faster from 9/11 than it fucking did from
Because
2 years
okay,
ago.
9/11 changed one aspect of life. COVID changed several,
Everything.
and it turned friends against each other, and it was like represented everywhere, and it was all everyone's like, protect yourself, misinformation. It's like just added fuel to the fire of people hating each other.
Plus, 9/11
You
was
see
just
something, say something.
tree. The other part was 9/11 was like pre-internet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And for better or for worse, as we've all seen nowadays, because we're on it, the internet can really take something and fucking run with it. So I think that was another big part that just like added. It's done the same thing to a lot of things in terms of pushing things in an extreme negative direction. But yeah, I feel like 2022 has just been. It has. I don't think it's been a horrible year. I think there have definitely been worse. But I don't think this is clearly anywhere near the best. I think it's the build up on a roller coaster. It's like we're going back. We're going back where we were. And what's up, Steve? Happy New Year to you as well, sir.
For me, 2022 was probably like I said, like a 4 out of 10. But it's still for me the best year in the last like 4 years for that I've had. So fuck.
So this year,
on the way up.
This year has been a better year than it was the previous 3. I just
It's hard because I kind of forget everything that was in this year versus the last year too.
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to. I think the reason people forget is because it's been that bad of a fucking year.
It's been that bad of a fucking series of years.
Yeah. Bad 3-4 years, man. Just terrible shit.
Everywhere. I mean, I will say this year has been a little better. I try and forget the previous 3, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
This year has to be better.
I think it's
like we're due a better year, for fuck's sake.
Calendar be better.
Our year this year is definitely going to be better because we are going to be spending a full year in our own house that we can do what we want with for once.
That was a huge milestone for you guys. I was very happy for you. I'm sure we all were.
I mean, I'm going to be spending money, I think, this year because the pipes froze on us the day before Christmas.
Ugh.
So I know
that's the worst thing about living in a house, like being
the
a
worst
homeowner.
thing about worst
living
thing
in the
about
cold.
owning a house,
That's a problem.
I think the worst thing about owning a house is now you've got to
have nobody else to complain to fix the problem. You have to fix it yourself.
You are the fucking reason that the house sucks. It's because you put money into it. So you can't blame the fucking landlord.
Although we can kind of blame the previous owner for not doing this shit before. Yeah.
Well, I think every house, no matter what you move in, is going to have some unforeseen problems.
Yep.
In my line of work, sorry, real fast. In my line of work, we have people who constantly move out, and one person said to me once that they were trying to buy a house, but the problem is that so many people were either putting in additional cash above the asking price, and I would never fucking do this in my entire life. I heard some people were waiving the house inspection.
We
waived ours, but that's because we also knew that he recently did renovations to this house.
So
that's different if you're upfront with it. Yeah.
Yes.
The only thing that I needed to do, and I've got an uncle that can help me do these things. I think it's fixable. It's just I might have to I don't want to have to tear up the floor.
With that area being the way it is, we should be able to just wrap it around the pipe that's exposed on the outside and just shove it in that way.
Yeah,
For
but
insulation.
how you gonna
During
get
my life. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Your uncle may know a way to do it, but
He does
but
tear
yeah.
up the floor.
Yeah.
But I mean, but even with those frustrations, I mean, you guys actually have a house, which I mean, in this market is
next to impossible.
fucking
I
godsend.
can tell you
Yeah.
right now, I don't think
we
I'll
got
ever,
this house
I'll
at the
ever own a
perfect
house.
time. Yeah, we got this house at the perfect time because just before everything skyrocketed.
So the problem, well, inflation was already happening when I bought this house, and when I had made an offer, I put in the offer, and it was sitting at, and I can't even remember what is it.
It was
4 point, I think it was 5. What is that? 5.
it originally started at 5% and then it dropped
So
to 4
I
2.5.
got the loan at 5%, but because of inflation, the best that they could do was 5.25 because I'm not going to sit here and say my credit is fucking.
Plus, it's a VA loan, so there's no down payment.
So I didn't have to make a down payment, which is if I would have had to, there's no way we would have gotten this house. I don't. So because I would have had
to being a veteran.
But yeah, it is. It is a perk. See, this is the thing. Here's another thing. You have all these people. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. I want it free. I want it free. I want it free.
Join the military.
The other fucking military gives you free college fucking education, motherfuckers.
They do.
Stop fucking. Well, education should be free. Yeah, sure. Join the fucking army so you don't have to fucking pay for it.
All you gotta do is do a standard 4 years.
Joe Compton knows. You can vouch for that. They do. They give you free education. They even give you, on top of that, tuition assistance.
To learn how to drive out there too.
Exactly.
So for people to sit there and tell me when I hear
Learn how to
people
cook and all that.
I see these people like that.
Discipline.
And dumb Nina Turner. Woman is so fucking dumb. You
I
know
actually
what
was considering going to the military a couple of years ago.
There's nothing. Look, it's not for everybody.
No.
And I get it. It's not easy. I can vouch for that. So can Joe. Being in the military is a whole nother level of life. You have to dedicate your mind, body, and soul into what you're doing because you could literally die if you're not careful.
Oh wow!
And
I mean, even if you are sometimes.
So yeah, they give you a housing allowance. If you're on active duty, they give you a housing allowance so you don't have to pay fucking rent. Or make a house payment. If I was full time on
duty, yeah,
I would never have to make a house payment ever. It would. I mean, I would, but it wouldn't come out of the money that I actually my base salary.
Mm-hmm.
It's an addition. They give you the basic allowance for housing, basic allowance for sustenance, which is food. They pay for your fucking groceries.
You sound like one of those people in the stand. Join the military.
They pay for your living expenses. They pay for your fucking food on top of giving you money
as a salary.
So when people sit there and bitch, well, you know, this, that, or the other thing, we need to cut the defense budget. Why? Because now you're taking away from those that defend your ass to
I think the better argument.
To fucking bitch about fucking wanting free shit all the fucking time. I get it. I wish things were free, but let me tell you something: freedom is not free. Just ask soldiers. I wish you could ask soldiers that have died fighting for this country. Can tell you, people who have been injured can fucking tell you that freedom is not fucking free. Not everything is fucking free in this world. Sometimes you have to do a little bit of extra. And I know we had this conversation when we talked about that fucking kid working at Starbucks when he was crying about having to fucking put in an 8-hour fucking day.
2 days in a row.
Fuck out of here, man. Try doing it for fucking 40 hours straight and fucking having somebody tell you, fuck off, I ain't gonna do this shit. I've had that happen to me. And my job is rather simple, but when somebody tells me I'm not going to take care of my soldiers and families, go eat a dick, what am I supposed to do? Tell him he's wrong? He is, but I can't tell him that because if I did, I'd get fired.
I think
Shit's not free, motherfuckers.
I think the only argument I would say against the like military spending is allocation of funds. I think that's the only argument I think I would entertain with military spending. But I don't know enough about it to even say anything.
So here's the thing, and here's the thing. Whenever they pass like this omnibus bill, I keep on calling them omnibus bill that they pass.
Transformers.
$1.7 trillion spending bill for the government to keep the government open.
We know squat what's in it.
There was a provision in there giving $1 million to a fucking library.
Man, I can tell you.
For a congressman to name it after him.
Government spending is absolute cruelty. It's fucking. It is mafia turned up to 10.
It is.
Yes. I mean, look. The only reason I am glad that bill passed for one reason and one reason only.
He still gets a paycheck.
I still get a paycheck, and I can put food on the table and house my family. That's it. If I didn't have to worry about that, I would say fuck you and your fucking bill.
I want to see a printout of everything that is listed in this fucking bill, top to fucking bottom.
Oh, man.
2,515 pages on this bill.
I'm telling you, if the government did an audit of spending money in every department, no matter what it was, oh my fucking Christ. It'd be so disgusting. Oh.
So anyway, best food that we ate this year. What would you guys?
Best food.
Honestly, best food we had this year, I'm gonna boast and toot my own fucking horn here, was the tortellini soup that I made.
That was really good.
Holy fucking shit, that goddamn shit was good.
I'm not huge on the spices and stuff. I'm more of a salt and pepper kind of guy. But
I like TLC myself, but yeah.
Well, you also kind of with the instead of going with the spinach in it, we went with the roux. We went with the green peppers, onions, and carrots.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the one that he had parsley on it already.
Yeah, it's really
so then having to add in the Italian spices on top of that, which has parsley in it also, it's just a little overload on the parsley. But
it was really good.
If we have a Horny Goat Thanksgiving dinner in person, we know who's hosting.
I don't mind cooking. I honestly don't.
I'll bring special brownies. That's about as much as I can contribute.
2022, my year didn't start out too great.
No.
We lost my dad.
Yep.
God rest his soul. But I did gain. I got my two sisters back. Even though I never lost them, we kind of reconnected. Yeah.
And you did get a little better connection with your baby brother too. Despite him
work in progress.
I'm still mad at both of my brothers because they won't grow the fuck up, but
well, look at who they are too. So
they are their father's.
They are their father's children.
So I mean, the year's been good for me, but I want people to stop crying and complaining about things.
So I'm just gonna say it right now. Socialism has not worked in the 4 other generations that it has been tried in other countries. It's still not gonna work today.
The bitching and whining is kind of I can't handle anymore either.
My favorite argument is healthcare should be free. Number one, healthcare is free because they cannot turn you away for getting said care.
You're right.
Healthcare should be universally paid for. I agree with that.
Yes, but then who's going to pay for it?
But everybody.
Yes,
but that's I don't like the States is a different animal because like you guys deal with so many illegal immigrants and then it's all fucked up and
yes, they have to pay health insurance. Which if I paid health insurance, if it was free healthcare here, the healthcare system would break down.
I can tell you with the population difference, there's no way it would work in America. Like it wouldn't function. It hardly functions here.
Correct.
And we have a tiny population compared to you guys, so like.
Plus, on top of that, we have a whole section of citizenship that decides to eat itself to diabetes and death by being 600, 700, or 1,000 fucking pounds.
But that's their choice.
We would still be paying for their medical bills.
Yes, and I understand. I mean,
for something they freely choose to do.
But we would also be paying for fucking somebody to have a Band-Aid put on their fucking finger. It is what it is. I mean, I think the problem is if we got if healthcare was free, which I need to stop saying that
because health insurance were free.
If paying for it.
You pay for it no matter how you do it. It's like a cell phone nowadays. You don't get it under contract. You buy the phone. It's like we're gonna add $10 to your bill. That's the fucking difference. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. But I would rather pay $50 off a paycheck than $100,000. Because honestly, if I had no free healthcare, I would be about $12 million in debt.
Well, actually,
you
don't have to pay it all off in one shot.
I'd never pay it off. That's the thing, never.
So here's the thing. You said how much is no? I'm just you don't have to tell me. You only have $50 taken out of your check.
I don't know what the amount is. It goes into the old taxing system because we have HST and GST, and it's 13% tax on your check and anything you buy, so 26% tax.
Jeez.
It's about what we so
if you add up all the taxes we pay, that's about
so
close to where we are.
Here's the thing. I think it's roughly 24% in taxes. On top of that, I have an additional $250. I think that's what it is. I'd have to look.
For your insurance, I think so.
That's a paycheck. So it depends on how many checks I get, and I get 26 checks a month. Multiply that by 250. That's how much I pay in health insurance.
I have health insurance as well because anything above like free healthcare is bare minimum of everything, right? So if you have a company that you work for that they'll provide X amount of free healthcare that you can participate in. So getting a singles room instead of basically like an army bunker filled with people dying. But yeah, there's nuance to doing it, and the biggest problem is there's arguments that you can have on all sides. Yes, you can have the argument that we're going to be paying for a lot of people that chose to live poor, healthy, like non-healthy lifestyle, but you could be a healthy fucking person and be fucked by the spin of the wheel, and then you're just fucking doomed to live in poverty. In my mind, because you not of any choice you actually made. You know what I mean? Like that's the absolute worst.
Genetics just is a swift kick in the dick.
You're already in a terrible situation mentally, physically because of the health situations, and mentally because of the idea of death might be looming. And then it's like, and that's going to cost $150,000. Well, just kill me now.
Right.
Can you split the difference now?
Yeah, but I'm done bitching about all the other shit. Sorry, I'm not. You asked how my 2020 one.
I haven't even started, man.
I'm back.
Sorry, I just finished taking a shot with my sister. I personally
shot.
Yeah.
I know. I heard a shower with my sister.
That's what I thought. I'm like, wait, what?
Like, oh my God.
Nah, I took a shot of tequila. Damn, my train of thought. I'm on board with paying for health insurance. Why? Because if you don't pay for it and you get free health insurance, dental is not covered. All the other stuff is not covered. So you just getting bullshit. How you say bullshit?
Canada's getting with their free healthcare. They're paying extra taxes on top of the taxes they're paying now to cover their healthcare. However,
go ahead. Go ahead and finish.
However, not everything is covered. You still need the insurance for eyesight, dental, and stuff like that.
So here's the good thing is if you need like a legit surgery, you will not pay for it. And that's the big money problem.
Right.
I owe $200 and something. It went all the way to collections because I didn't know. Book a COVID test. That's supposed to be free.
That's fucked up.
So here's the thing. I don't so much disagree that healthcare should be free, but my argument is you have these people, when you say free to people, they think they don't have to pay for it at all.
Right.
Like nothing's going to come out of your check. Nothing. It's free. And I literally have to explain to people, how in the fuck are you going to pay the doctor to fucking fix the shit that's wrong with you if you think it's going to be free? Like, why did, and everybody, and this is the argument I had with my dad before he dies, is doctors are overpaid. They went to school for 10 fucking years to fucking understand what's wrong with your body.
They have student
In all
loans
honesty,
just like everybody fucking else.
You have-
So they shouldn't be. If you're thinking they're overpaid, then they should not be part of Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan either.
You have to pay them that amount, because I can tell you, being like going through the hospital system for a couple of years, there is a massive shortage of doctors, not nurses, not other healthcare. It's doctors. You've got one doctor working 2 floors there to get. I was there to get my appendix taken out. Waited 12 hours and nothing got done. Told to go home when the doctor finally showed up.
The reason for that is because a lot of doctors quit during the COVID. They saw a lot of people dying in their faces, and they just couldn't handle it. So a lot of doctors quit. Now, a lot of doctors are still in school, so that's why there's a
lot of those doctors too go into like family healthcare and try to run their own family, because there's less stress and more money. But if you work in like surgery or anything like that, man, there is not as many surgeons out there as you think.
No,
there is, and that's why everything's like booked up to the ass.
I was literally, this last time that I was in Minneapolis, the hotel where we're at doing our training and stuff, there was a union vote going on for nurses. And their slogan was care before money. But yet they're voting on asking money rather than taking care of the patients. It's like, what is wrong with you people? Are you missing the point here?
The problem is nursing is a dirty fucking hard job, and a lot of people get into it because it's one of those jobs that, similar to like, I don't know what it's similar to like mechanic or something,
retail or a fast food worker, because you're taking all this shit right up front while the doctor is in his office writing the papers.
And I've had some good nurses.
Me too.
Had a really bad nurse. I think I think of a nurse like this. They are the doctor that does all the work.
Yeah. Except one nurse I had.
Except for being able to prescribe and tell you what is exactly wrong with you.
Which I think should.
That's what I think of a nurse.
Honestly, I think they should add a next level to nursing, because I know there's like RNs, there's the levels of nursing, but they need to get to a level where they can go around waiting for a doctor's approval for certain things. Like there needs to be a difference, like a level between registered nurse and full-on doctor. Yeah, that can like prescribe stuff, because
what it is
it's ridiculous.
It goes nurses, and then the physician's assistant, and then the physician, and then surgeon, and all of that. But when it comes right down to it, I do agree. I mean, they do have a head nurse, which is the one is the veteran nurse and has been through it all for the longest time. So she knows everything, ins and outs and everything. So she would be the one that would be like these centimeter below the physician's assistant. So I mean, because I have a cousin who is a nurse, and she is a registered nurse, and she was close to being a head nurse when she got diagnosed with her MS. So she had to take that step down and just be the regular registered nurse because of her diagnosis. So that's how she explained it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I will say this, when I had issues with my gallbladder and I had the infected pancreas because of my gallbladder, I did have a nurse almost kill me because I noticed there was a giant gap of air in my saline drip IV. And she said, "Oh no, those are just small bubbles. Don't worry about it." Woke up the next morning, I had zero vision. And I told the doctor about this, and I told him that I noticed a giant gap of air. And he's like, "Well, the nurse should have taken care of it." And I said, "No, the nurse just said it was just tiny bubbles, nothing to worry about." There was a gap this big in the IV tube between liquid, air, and liquid.
Yeah. I mean, it's like every other fucking working position. You get people that are too good for the
You got
job,
people that are really
made for the
super good,
job,
and then you get
and
ones that
no.
don't give a shit.
And the problem is those really shit ones that make everybody.
Well,
It's
it's
like
the thing you
bad-
remember. You remember the shit versus the
Yeah,
good.
one bad apple ruins the bushel.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, at the hospital, I was talking to the nurses. It seems like there's a huge like turnaround because then she's like, yeah, well, most nurses put in a couple years at the hospital, and they're out. They go to try
Yeah.
to work for the government. They go to like their own smaller clinic. They'll do anything, but stay in the hospital because the hospital's like fucking horrendous.
The hospital for nurses is the most stressful environment. I mean, I tried to keep as respectful as I could with that nurse, even though it's like, but I see a giant gap of air here. Can you please just take it off?
They don't listen to
clear
you
the
at all.
air
I
and
can
put it
guarantee
back on.
that.
That's all I'm asking, or show me how to do it, and I'll do it so you can get to your other patients.
The thing is, if you ever have to go to the hospital for any amount of time or extended stay, you are your best fucking caretaker.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was there for 13 days before my surgery to get my gallbladder removed.
So I get a colonoscopy.
Oh, yeah. Up the ass.
And since he opted for the camera up the ass, I will be recording him when he gets out of anesthesia.
Yes.
I want to see that.
Be gold, fucking gold.
Record the whole thing.
Hey, if you can get we start a Patreon. Get the inside scoop.
Disgusting.
Literally. I do have a couple of like New Year's Eve questions that are, I guess, related to 2022 in terms of like, what would you say of whatever from the year? So, for example,
While you ask that question, can I ask all the men to stroke their beard on the call right now?
I'm doing it already.
fuck you.
Okay.
I thought we were doing this for a reason.
First off, JP's the only one that can do it. Basement's not a
So
fucking-
here's the thing. The only reason I have this fucking thing is because of her, but she never plays with it. She
Plays
never...
with it. What's playing? Let's throw the ball around, Beard.
What?
The only
First of all-
time she touches me, the only time she touches me or strokes my beard or anything like that is
With
when
a
she
slap?
slaps me upside the head.
Nah. Heather, start stroking his beard. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's a normal thing. Everybody
Get
does
that
it.
bitch off.
My girl be stroking my beard.
If he gave me a reason to every once in a while, I would.
And
Oh, stroke
Year's
her
fight.
beard.
you want me to stroke your beard? What the fuck does that even mean?
Just sign the divorce papers here. I actually might do I think I'm gonna do the full beard this
Full
time, not the
Monty?
goatee. Yeah,
That's
well,
what I got.
I had that
The
like
only thing
bushel.
that I don't have is this. I usually try to keep this.
Yeah, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
the underbirth.
Hate the neck.
Yep.
Hate it.
Yep.
Hate how my neck hair grow.
So I had these questions here, and this first one is really tough because it says, was the funniest thing you saw this year? That's really hard.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
I can tell you what I thought was the funniest thing this year.
What?
Watching me watch myself watch you guys or watch WWE 2K22 or 23.
Oh, so
Repeat
you
that
watched
sentence
the
one more
Yeah,
time.
that was
You watched
fucking
the
Matrix.
replay?
The funniest thing that I seen this year was
Yeah.
me watching us, is what I should have said when we were doing 2020 WWE.
Okay,
Horny
you-
Goat mode.
So
Yeah.
you was watching a
Because-
replay.
that's right. There was one night where you were like dying laughing.
Oh man,
I remember that.
the
Yeah.
fucking.
I was dying laughing because
He
He was
fell out of the
high off
chair?
gas,
I was-
probably, and he was stuck watching the replay rather than watching the.
When he
fucking
fell out of the
spear
chair.
screen.
I tell you, the ritual
me
ladder
trying-
match.
Oh
was
god, yes! When he
fucking
fell out of the chair,
or
Like,
me trying
hey,
to actually speak actual words,
like right now,
like blurs out of my mouth when I'm.
like right now.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
Man, that's tough. There's a shit ton of funny fucking moments on it. Was all on this channel. I will say that right here. Whatever it was always for me here. It was whenever we were doing something, but fuck, there was a lot of one. I think a lot of was like Jackbox.
Oh, I think there was one time we took edibles and played Jackbox,
No.
and
No,
I think I
no,
fucking
no.
died on that stream mentally.
The funniest thing was when we all took edibles, And watch Doctor Strange.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that was like I was
As
in
soon
a
as the
mental
mirror
battle.
dimension hit, the channel just went silent.
I was in a mental battle with myself. That's a problem.
Didn't move. You just
I couldn't. I couldn't. If anything happened, it was gonna be the end of me.
You were like a fucking statue. You just
I'm telling you. Well, the
Wait,
thing is, I
buffering
didn't
zone
fucking.
and the hands were here like this. All we saw the entire stream after the mirror dimension was
So,
if-
I was waiting for Basement to literally fall out of his chair.
he started rocking.
I'm sitting here looking, and
I was
he's doing
pleading
that.
with you guys forever because I took way too much fucking weed.
well, the best part is that there was no sign. It was just you were like da da da, and then just and then that was it for the rest of the stream.
I can remember for like 20 minutes before that happened, I was pleading with you guys to start the movie because I was about to lose myself. Let's just start the movie. That's gonna it fixed nothing. It made everything worse.
As soon as the mirror dimension, everything just silence.
The thing I remember for that stream that just made me crack up laughing is like, man, these fucking credits are just going on forever.
Right? So Joe said one of his best memories is playing Monopoly with y'all. We never finished the game.
That was we gotta
Get there eventually.
we definitely need to finish that up. We definitely need to finish that.
I remember Gina was talking to me, and I didn't know what the fuck she was saying. Like, she was speaking in tongues.
Okay,
And she kept mentioning fajitas and tacos and shit like that.
Gina
Nothing
that
was a
night,
coherent sentence.
I think Gina that night started out here, and by the end of it, she was down to here.
Yeah,
the blanket was up to here on her too.
Wait.
This is the night where I think you entered the couch.
Yes,
Because I was like, fuck you guys, you guys left me alone with Gina, and she was speaking in fucking tongues. What the fuck?
Oh my
she
god!
But there was also a night we played Monopoly where it's like, you take the shots for Basement, and like, fuck you all. Like I ended up getting like absolutely getting trashed.
Yeah, that was destructive.
So Gina that night was speaking like JP types.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fucked up. Like to this day, I don't know what the fuck she was talking
And if
about.
anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, just go to @Wisco Guy 1972 and look at his timeline. All you gotta do
Why?
to see how you type.
Oh yeah, I can't type. I really can't. Like,
Yeah, we'll definitely finish the game for sure. We'll find a way to do it. But
Yeah, it was fun too, Alpha. All the times we played with people in the chat, like the Monopoly and the fucking Fall Guys. Jackbox is got to be like, I'm telling you, that night where I was high, you could have written like a question mark and I would have died laughing.
There was one I remember was like there was two that came to mind as far as moments where Basement I could just tell he was gone, where we were doing a drawing game and you're just like, they were always gonna be dicks. That was one line, and then the other one was, I think it was the job game where like it's the ad lib one, and you could not fucking stop laughing at the phrase blowjob farting.
I mean, imagine if I was there. I don't think Basement nor I would stop. So I'm one of those guys. You say a word to me,
yep,
and I just laugh.
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake. But like the words
It's
where they have the same meaning backwards, that says the same thing backwards, like poop and boob.
yeah.
Just like every now and then poop. And I
would have chose race car, but each their own.
I'm gonna poop on your boobs.
On your race car.
Just mad that this year I was not able to spend a lot of time with y'all.
We're gonna get you out of there. We're gonna get you out of there. God damn it!
So upset about
Hey,
that.
were you there for the that fucking ladder match where the satanic ladder match where they're all just watching someone climb for like 10 hours?
I wasn't.
You guys so bullshit.
That was fucking stupid.
Wait. I'm pretty sure it was HGW. Oh yeah, Alpha mentioned about Dead by Daylight when he was kicking our asses. Yeah, no fucking shit. I think it was HGW where we were doing like a ladder match, and it was like a multi-man ladder match, and then one person climbed up and the other person just stood there, and Basement's I've never heard Basement get so fucking pissed off and aggravated because the AI wouldn't let the enemy like stop them from. He's like, they're just standing there, letting them fucking take the fucking thing off the ladder. What the fuck is going on?
They just watched.
Yeah,
And they all
like,
they stood in a circle and watched it happen. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, they all stood there and watched everything happen with that match.
it was so good. Oh Jesus!
thing-
Honestly, a lot of
disappointed.
the wrestling stuff was fucking funny as hell.
The one thing that I'm disappointed we didn't do.
Mortal Kombat tournament.
Each other.
I was just gonna say the Mortal Kombat tournament. We didn't
Oh,
do that.
We
We'll
can
do
do
it.
it next year. Well, this year.
Yeah.
I do want to say, like I said, there's been moments in 2022, and there's one moment that this is I'm probably gonna cry, but we lost a really good friend of ours as well.
Yeah.
He was, trust me, I would so love to get a
I
thing
miss him.
together and show you guys. If you have never seen our show, our wrestling show that we did on my channel, fucking Bob it.
I was thinking of his dumbass earlier today. Because he was fucking just every now and
He
then
was
that
a
guy would crack me up
boy,
for
man.
absolutely no
yeah.
reason.
He would come up with some gems. Like he'd fall asleep a lot.
He
Oh,
falls
man.
asleep on the
Would come
stream,
up with
yes.
some fucking gems.
I know I said this before, but it just I it's so good where Gina came on once and she bitched about on TikTok how there were just a bunch of these like kind of like we get them on YouTube now where we get like the porn bots that come through, right?
Yeah.
And but she said like, I just keep getting these Asian porn bots. And I shit you not 30 minutes after she said that, there's a TikTok from Bobbit going like, so I hear there were Asian porn bots on here, and I just want to let you know that DMs are open. And he does like the most aggressive eyebrow, like
He had this way of his fucking southern drawl was just the best, man. Hey, buddy, and then he just like.
I love
Fucking
his
guy.
reactions when Asuka won the title. The first time that Asuka won the title, when she beat Becky and Charlotte in that ladder match, the kid literally cried.
Yeah, he was a I hate the term, but a stan of like certain wrestlers. It's like,
connoisseur of the
why-
Oriental
it's like,
variety.
but Bob, why do you like it? I just do.
Hey, he was a connoisseur of the Oriental variety. What's
He also loved John Cena, so.
I will say this: the one thing that he always told me, and he told me Bobby Lashley's going to win a world title. You watch. That motherfucker literally won a world title this year, and it happened right before.
Oh yeah.
Too. Yeah. He said Bobby Lashley was his favorite. Right?
His second favorite. John Cena was his first.
But he always wanted Bobby Lashley to win a world title, and he wanted to see him with the WWE title. When did Bobby Lashley win the world title?
It was January.
You,
I think it was-
he was still alive then.
you remember how he like would turn into a transformer half the time?
Trying to talk, and we'd be like Transformers, or that meets the eye.
No, we would call him BB-8 because that's what he sounded like. He sounded like BB-8.
It's perfect.
I did that, or it would go that real slow, and then all of a sudden it'd be like,
Yeah. And it would like he'd hit a point in his cover. So good.
Oh man.
Is it me or when someone died long enough, like my mom, you forget you forget how they voice sound. Now, Bobbitt
I messed up with
recently,
my mom too.
you two, like I forget how they sound. And it's
My dad
I
was
like
almost
the same.
forgot what she looked like until I started asking my family for pictures of her.
have to stop.
I get the
Because I be
look-alike thing,
thinking,
yeah.
I be having dreams, I be having like daydreams and visions of things happening and with my mom and stuff like that. But there's a white light in her face. I can't
To
see
me, it
it.
was never a white light. Her face would always just be blurry.
Yeah.
I
I misremember what people
God.
look like that have passed. I'm like, I could swear they look like this. Then you see a photo, it's like, what the fuck? That's
But yeah.
completely wrong.
Like I could still hear Bob's voice
Yeah, I
because he
can
got
hear
this.
him.
He got this southern voice that Basement was talking about. Like
Very distinct.
Fuck it. I'm gonna find a
Yeah.
TikTok.
He look. I was at my sister's today. It was my nephew's birthday, and we made videos of my dad recording, which we have to get that out. And it's a fair reminder. Heather knows, so we're gonna start rolling those out. Those are gonna roll out on my channel, I think. Soon. I'm not gonna tell everybody when, but you'll know. I'll let everybody know. But if you want to hear stories about a guy that went through hell.
You talking about your dad?
My dad, yeah.
Yo, let me tell you something. I was working at Port Authority at the time, and they was busy as fuck, but I didn't care. Like I wanted to actually ask so many more questions and talk to him more. I went in the back and started going on YouTube because I know that was the day that she was going on YouTube. And I just went on and just questioning him and listening to him,
I think it was
giving
in
him
that
shit
chat.
about the Eagles and stuff.
I think it was in
No,
that chat for a bit. It was the one where
Sure.
they had both hit the fucking good shit.
And they both took a huge hit off of his dad's bong, and
Yeah.
he was 3 sheets to the wind.
like I was just listening to his dad responses because it really like I don't know, like I worked in front of the VA hospital, Veterans Hospital, and to hear their stories and stuff like that is just it's amazing the shit that they've been through in a different time in the same world that we lived in, and you just got to understand like where they've been through. I mean, what they've been through and stuff like that. And I was really interested in what they was doing with JP's dad.
So
And
those videos that we did with my dad,
well,
you're going to hear what he did. He will tell you what he did.
There's 2 like super funny stories in there that will make you pee your pants laughing, but the rest of it's gonna I had trouble. I had to step away from listening to him recount these stories and tell him to take over with the questioning with a few of them.
I'm actually glad that I was able to talk to your dad, even though it was through like YouTube comment section and stuff like that.
My dad was very. He's a quiet individual, but you ask him I'll tell you this, if you were sitting next to him in person, you asked him about Vietnam, you wouldn't get a word in edgewise. I would literally at times, I'm like, Dad, keep politics out of it and just talk about your experience in Vietnam, because I'm pretty sure you and Lyndon Johnson were sitting around the fucking fire in Vietnam talking about what the fuck was going on in the world. So, you let him talk, and he's going to tell you when we do it. You'll get the full explanation of what it was like to be a soldier in 1970 in Vietnam.
Yeah, we got the first recording. We got through the first 6 months, and there was a shit ton of stuff going on with that alone.
Yeah, he talked about when he was a child, he had a tractor roll over on top of him. And my dad. So you seen how small my dad was, right?
Yeah.
How frail he looked. He was like that his whole life.
Yes.
What?
My dad was a very small, but I will tell you this: that man could pick up a transmission.
Dude, Superman.
He's got that
big
farm strength.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That big ass box, that
farm strength
metal box.
But yeah. And my gift to him is still doing that. I didn't do a show this year because there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, there was too much going on.
But my gift to him was that I would always do a veteran to veteran show. I've just got to find more veterans to talk to. It's not
you work the right job to reach out.
I do, but I can't mix that.
I know,
with
it's kind of
you got. Plus,
or you'd have to do like a supremely professional channel.
You can still get in touch with Adam.
So where are those
guy who lived across the fucking hall from us in Dickieville?
That's true. I could.
Where are those veteran to veteran episodes? Are they on here or?
Channel, the Cold
Show. I did one with my dad, and then I did one with
Joe Compton.
With Joe Compton. Actually, because you guys could actually hear me, but me and Joe, I asked him, pretty much the same things, and we just talked about what it was like to be a veteran.
You I know the first one you did came in like a little it was like choppy, right?
Yeah, that was with Dad, and that's why you bought us the camera.
Well, if you have that first one, let me play around with it. I might be able to boost up the audio a little bit.
If we can, I can download it in Google Drive.
Just go to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can upload it to this under private if you
Yeah,
want
that's
to,
fine.
and he can download it.
Yeah.
Google Drive is
experiment.
Google Drive can be a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be. It can take like 5 hours to send a 2-minute video.
Yeah.
You can send it.
God.
You send it to Google Drive, it'll go right away.
No, it won't.
No, it takes forever, man. Anytime I've used it, it takes forever.
But anyway.
Usually you have to drive a stake through my temple. Let's see here. Let's think of some fun questions. What? Nope. What?
I'm gonna answer that with yes.
What
Hey,
is?
we have a video on the channel labeled "Nope," and it's literally just 2 seconds, and it's just basically "Nope."
Thought about that one.
Oh,
You know,
God.
does everybody remember what my first video was that I ever did on my channel?
Fuck.
Oh
No.
my!
I don't even know the first video I ever
God
did.
is a cunt.
What is it?
It was my very first test video. It's the very first video I did.
Oh, now I'm gonna find it.
It's like 10 seconds, and I just said, Kevin Dunn is a cunt.
All right, now I'm gonna look for it. Let me see if I can find it.
That's when Kevin Dunn. Everybody was picking on Kevin Dunn. I'll
Whatever.
get with you, Joe.
Yep. Whenever you have the free time, just send him a message.
I'll get with you.
Let's see. Video. Good lord, you have a lot of videos on here. I have to fuck.
Oh yeah, there's a shit ton of fucking wrestling reviews of us just sitting there at the TV.
Asking
Wait,
Bob
you talking about the watch along?
Hey, Bob, what did you think of that match?
Oh,
And he'd
shit,
always
hold on.
like, he's like, he'd have like some excuse. He's like, and though he was like audibly snoring
I don't even
the
take
whole.
a shit.
My favorite one
He's
is
like, oh, I gotta go, guys.
my favorite thing that he would do is like, I guess Bobbit
Fell asleep.
fell asleep again, and like 5 minutes later, no, I'm here. What do you want?
He
So-
continued
so,
a conversation 5 minutes ago.
While I was looking through his TikTok profile, which is still up, I found this.
Yeah, everything for him is still up, to be honest
Oh,
with you.
boy. I found a TikTok that I didn't know existed, and that's why I had to like hide my face for a second because I almost muted myself because this hurt my side. It's his face, right? With just his eyes and his mouth on this inflated balloon, like like those filters where like you put your face on something and you're like, I'm this. Yeah, well, he does it on a bumblebee that's the size of a fucking balloon. And I'm trying to get the lighting on here to show. So there's his eyes and his and his mouth right there for those of you watching the video. So that's the first part. But this is here what he says.
No,
Oh,
I
hold on.
can't. It's not saying.
Yep, hold on. Let me see if I can increase the volume here. Give me a sec.
I'm a bumblebee. I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat KFC.
He just yelled, "I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat my KFC" to the tune of
He didn't yell it. He sang it in the tune of
Imagine Dragons.
Misery.
Imagine,
Yeah, yep.
Imagine Dragons.
Not that
Imagine
I'm a
Dragons.
bumblebee. I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat his KFC.
That man had some fun.
Bobbin is gold. He is gold. The first Swampy Awards.
Oh man. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I got stories about that because he wanted to do the Swampy Awards. He's like, "Yeah, man, we'll host together." Fucking motherfucker! I like.
Internet kept fucking up on him, so Basement ended up sitting there a lot of times. I don't know what the fuck's going on because he didn't tell me what was going on. Eventually, he ended up there with the fucking bear head from the bear suit on, fucking full on raging out because Bob had disappeared again because of his internet. But all you see is the blank.
Hello. What the
bear.
fuck?
Like, I'm hosting an award show that I don't know the fucking awards. I don't know who's winning. I don't know what to say. And the guy I'm hosting it with was like fucking transforming on me.
It was still funny though. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a great show. I said, who was up for asshole? Was Cardinal and I were up for asshole of the year.
Yeah. I think Cardinal won asshole of the year.
That time. Yes, he did. Oh god, I got the hiccups.
And then I won it the year after.
I haven't heard about Cardinal in so long. What happened to him?
He's doing his own thing over on his own channel, which he's doing fantastic over there.
He's doing sports, baby, like 100% sports.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's doing very, very good over there. So if you like the sports commentary, please go check out Mr. Cardinal's channel.
Sir Cardinal.
Yes.
I think he's
Cardinal.
I think he's on, you know how like you have that following these channels on YouTube or whatever? I think he's under that heading for
I
us here.
think he is, yeah. I think I put him there.
Under other.
Or was it me? I don't know, who cares? He's there.
Yeah, no, he's fucking
I know
crushing it.
all of us are there, including Bobbitt's channel.
Oh,
Gotta bring
I'm
back
a
we gotta
bumblebee.
bring back well the Swampies wouldn't really work now so much.
The Slappies?
Swampies. He called them the
No,
Swampies.
no, I'm saying is we should call them. We should call ours the Slappies.
No, it's just
And
the idea. It was all based around like YouTube
Swamp ass.
channels and
Yeah.
community
He
stuff.
had the Swamp Ass podcast.
Yeah.
He did. He had his channel was called the Swamp Ass Podcast. Because here's why I asked him, why do you call it that? Because I got swamp ass. Why not?
I mean,
And it's
some,
Some of the shit, his shit was gold. If he would have, if
He could have did stand up.
if he would have had good internet, I guarantee you this guy.
That's
would
why it
be
frustrated me so much with him, because he loved playing games. I'm like, man, if you had good internet, we could play games together. But no matter how hard we pushed, the internet never got better.
Focus well enough to make it for
You
you,
want me to-
because this wine's hitting me pretty fucking hard.
You are not alone. Connor, you had some questions, man. Fucking hit me with some
did I?
shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you still have them?
Who was
Yeah.
your best
I know
wrestler this year?
We started asking questions.
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch enough. I don't watch enough wrestling to say. I think Roman Reigns was the best wrestler of this year.
I agree.
This year?
Of this year?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
this
he
year.
had the biggest character growth in terms of people liking him versus not liking him.
No, Colonel Sanders is the correct answer.
No, fuck Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, I know,
He's
I'm-
like 3 fucking times.
I
That
honestly
bitch.
would say if he didn't get hurt, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I could see Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, if he didn't tear his pec, he would have been on top this year.
Because I'll tell you this right now, I never thought and I know everybody says always never say never. I didn't think he was ever gonna Vince would ever let him come back to the WWE because he opened up or started a new wrestling company. Because listen, everybody out there in the fucking wrestling world, if it wasn't for Cody Rhodes,
There will be no
AEW
AEW.
would fucking exist.
But I can tell you, Cody Rhodes
I
was
agree.
in business for himself from the get-go. And I respect that, because you're going to fucking AEW. I mean, the writing's on the wall in some ways there, in my mind. If you look at the situation he's going into. So why not fucking
Yeah.
big yourself up?
Okay.
He belongs, in all honesty, Cody Rhodes belongs in WWE.
He does.
I don't know why I just don't know why.
Well,
He
I think it was
say-
He was
fucking,
frustrated with creative.
I think he wanted he knew he was worth more, and
he was
he's
pigeonholed.
He's one guy that I thought if he stayed, he would have just become gold dust.
Yeah, he was pigeonholed into something he was better than.
Once he left and they found out, like, man, this guy is really good.
You know what he reminded me? He reminded me, if he got the right treatment, he reminds me of Randy Orton.
Yes.
Yeah.
But his
Yeah.
like rise to popularity took place in and outside of the WWE. But if you gave him that treatment that Randy Orton got, because Randy Orton got fucking sent to the moon, it would have been the same
But
conclusion.
the thing about it, at the time Randy Orton was coming up, his locker room was different from Cody Rhodes. So he had Randy Orton had
You're around
like,
the same
bunch of-
time.
They were pretty much same time.
Because remember, he was part of the Legacy tag team and faction.
No, okay, but Randy Orton was in the locker room in 2002. So we still had Attitude Era people. We still
Yes,
had
but again,
legends.
Cody Rhodes was underneath Randy Orton in the same faction of Legacy,
I think Cody
along
Rhodes,
with Ted DiBiase Jr.
Cody Rhodes got there in like 2006 6.
I mean, they
something
really
like
they
that.
really fucking loved Randy Orton though. You
I
can
just
tell.
feel that Randy Orton
You want some more?
he had it harder than Cody Rhodes.
I feel like he probably. I think Randy Orton was given. I think his opportunity was better than Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes made something that was pretty much absolute dog shit into something that wasn't terrible.
I miss dashing Cody.
But I do think they
Oh.
have similar like career trajectories. That'd be a good fucking feud, actually. I don't know
It
about the
would be,
in-ring
yeah.
work, but it would be a bit slow. But that's Randy Orton for you.
No, you know what?
Randy Orton. I like
Even though a
technical
majority of Randy
wrestling.
Orton matches are slow,
I love them though.
he has that advantage of striking with the RKO out of fucking nowhere.
Randy
literally.
Orton matches are Randy Orton
Smart.
matches for a reason.
Yeah, he's
Like
extremely
yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
He doesn't
It's like
he doesn't do a
watching
lot
a-
of high risk. He does what he needs to do, and then when he needs to pivot on an emotion or a moment, he can crank up the speed or do this or do that, and really, he's very, very brilliant in that regard.
In my opinion, Randy Orton right now is the best in-ring storyteller that wrestles in the WWE. I can't say everywhere else in the WWE.
So Randy Orton he's a dying breed.
Yeah.
Because the wrestling of old was about psychology. He can do that inside the ring. He can tell a story, and
he can tell a story outside the ring too. This is a perfect
He can,
storytelling.
but he's really good at the psychology aspect of wrestling, and that's what's dying. That's why wrestling sucks, because nobody does the psychology aspect of in ring anymore.
Nobody sells properly anymore. But you can when I say sells, I'm like, I get hit, I'm slow to get up. That's one part of selling. You look at Randy Orton when he does that, like it's a body slam, but it's like capture body slam that he does, a quick twist, and then he gets up and he does it's all in character, the snake like pose to the fans, works after every move he does that takes advantage, he works the audience.
I think that show got canceled, Boto. I'm not sure.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing Roman Reigns is now learning how to do. Work the audience after everything he does.
Yeah, and Joe, I think Sami Zayn is a shit person. I still don't think he is the best wrestler.
He's a good wrestler.
He's the one thing that I will give Sami Zayn is he has been very entertaining this year.
He's the white R-Truth this year.
I don't know.
He's close.
Yes.
He's close, but not quite there yet.
I will say this. I don't think Sami Zayn. Have you ever seen lightning in a bottle? That's exactly what Sami Zayn and the Bloodline is right now.
Have you ever seen lightning in a bottle?
Lightning in a bottle. No,
you know
I'm
what?
just saying.
Sami Zayn. Well, he caught it twice then, because he caught it in NXT too.
Well, right now.
I know.
Right now, Sami Zayn and the Bloodline thing, it was because it wasn't going to happen, but it worked.
The thing
it wasn't supposed to happen that long.
Sami Zayn's character with the Bloodline really isn't that different than what he was doing beforehand. He's just in the right position.
That's it. That's my point. I will not say that he isn't a great performer, because he is. He's one of the best. I think he's a shit person because of what he has said.
I don't agree with some of the things he stands for, I guess. But wrestling-wise, I think he's well above average. And mic work, well above average. You add those two things together, the guy should have been doing better than he was for a while, but they put him in that fucking whatever the fuck garbage gimmick.
Conspiracy theorist.
He knows what he's doing more than people give him credit for.
Yeah, he knows everything he's doing every time he does it.
But he's known that for a while, and I think we talked about this on the GM last night about the whole him and Steen and ROH was fucking gold. And it was extremely one of the most emotional things I'd seen on like the indie circuit. and that like genius of him is starting to seep through
It's
now.
starting to surface.
Which is why I was so
will say
surprised.
this right now, once the bloodline turns on him, he will become the biggest baby face in wrestling.
Yes.
But then what are you gonna fucking do with him? He's never gonna win the title. He's not beating Roman Reigns.
At this point, throw him in a tag with Kevin Owens. Honestly,
That's the safest bet.
That's what they're going to.
When you say that, JP, yes,
So
the easy route is the tag team route, but he could have that same storyline that's what's his name had?
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan had.
No, here's the thing. No, and that's why he'll look. Sami Zayn, you can't. What are you going to do with him when he wins the title?
It's the same thing that the same problem they have with Daniel Bryan.
The thing is, whoever wins the title
when he started that fickle.
Well, whoever wins the title off of Roman Reigns is probably going to be a transitional champion.
Yes.
Yes, and I hate to say this, but everybody wants Bray Wyatt to take the title off him.
Please God, no. Please God, no.
However, I don't think that's happening. I think it's going to be
Wyatt don't need a title. Sorry, I'm drinking.
I think it's going to be dramatic. Roman Reigns will hold the title past WrestleMania. He's not losing.
I hope he loses at Mania, or they separate it and he loses one half of it.
That would work for me as well. Yes.
I don't think
it's probably Cody Rhodes going to be taking it.
I don't think Cody Rhodes is beating him.
Right now, if I had to pick somebody, it would be Cody Rhodes.
I agree with you 100%. But it's not. I don't see it happening.
Give it to Logan Paul.
Another Brock Lesnar match.
It's very telling what will happen at Royal Rumble.
Yes.
If Cody Rhodes shows up and wins the Royal Rumble, you may, but I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to win the Royal Rumble.
No. Boto Cena, I think, is just back for the pop in the Rumble. Then he'll be gone again. He might show up again at WrestleMania, but
yeah, he could show up, and even if he is back permanently with WWE, he could still take time off to go shoot Peacemaker. So
I highly doubt he'll be back.
I highly doubt it as well.
This was what they did Friday night, and that show was fucking hot. Like Charlotte came back, and everybody's like, "Oh God, Charlotte won the title."
But yet, everybody in that arena was
everybody
losing
in that fucking arena
because
losing.
Ronda Rousey should no.
Well, I think they're going to build a storyline between her and Shayna Baszler,
which could work as like an undercard match
or
at the Rumble.
For them to fight against each other at the Rumble.
I could see that happening.
If Logan Paul wins Logan Paul isn't going to win the title.
I can see Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is out until next year because he has a torn ACL.
He's hurt.
I was about to say I could see them potentially putting like an IC title on him.
I think Logan Paul is still good to go. I don't think that I know he was injured, but I don't think it's as bad as I think they originally thought it was a torn ACL. I think it's a stressed or strained one now, so I think there is a chance he could be.
He put out on his own accord that it was torn.
Oh, it is? Okay, then it's changed. Well, never mind. Fuck me.
He's fucked.
It doesn't. Well, it depends on how torn, because you can have a partially torn ACL and be back in less than
6 months.
Well, I mean, when he comes back, dude, does any of us really fucking care?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pretty good in ring. I mean,
he's good in ring, but when it comes down to storytelling, he's not there yet.
He's good enough in ring, like the Uber planned out Ronda Rousey matches are good in ring. You know, I think the matches that he participates in are handled with delicate care. If he was just in matches all the time,
you need to be here and you need to be here.
Because it seems like very overly produced. But I don't think if he was wrestling on a regular basis, it would not be great.
One of 3 things is happening at the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes wins it.
Sasha Banks coming back.
Sasha Banks, one of I don't think Sasha Banks is ever coming back, but that's the other one. The other one is The Rock is going to come back, and he is going to win the Royal Rumble, and then he is going to take on Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is going to beat him.
I hate that idea.
I agree.
I don't mind Roman Reigns facing The Rock at Mania, but it should be for nothing.
Does not need to be over a title.
Doesn't need to be a title. It needs to be over the family.
Yes. The family lineage.
The title just adds.
I mean, you could have a good month
In
and a half storyline.
I will go so far as to say it makes the title even more insignificant if The Rock
wins.
Yeah, no, it does nothing.
Then it becomes it's over the bloodline bullshit.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. It becomes it's now a part-timer's title.
Am I the only one that could see Sami Zayn winning the Elimination Chamber?
No, I don't see Sami Zayn. No, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
They're telling a storyline with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
That's what they're doing. It's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to take the titles off the Usos.
Eventually. I think first, though, there's going to be a match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn's going to lose and get him kicked out of the bloodline.
He's not going to get kicked out. He's going to get the shit beat out of him and it might be at the Royal Rumble.
And Kevin Owens will stand up for him, and they'll team together to take on the Usos. I can see that happening. As for Roman Reigns, there's not really a competitor. That's why I'm going with Cody Rhodes. There's not really any other legit competition unless the Mania match is a multi-man match, and I highly doubt they'll do that.
For World Championship, the only time they do that is when they have the top level performers that are more than just the champion and one other person.
But also,
they haven't done in years.
I really think also, Drew McIntyre is the guy.
He should have been, but I don't know now. But in the end, I don't want Roman to lose and not lose. You know what I mean? Like if it's a multi-man match, I don't want him to have the third party get pinned, and he's like, "Well, I'm still like." At this point in time, his reign has gone on so long that whoever wins against him should get that fucking rocket ship
to the moon.
Yeah,
but they're not. They're just gonna be a transitional champion.
Well, you can have a rocket ship you could have a transitional champion that holds the belt for 2 to 3 months that still has that.
You can have a
rocket
challenger
ship.
exploding, you know.
Say it again.
I said you can have the challenger exploding. Going to hell.
Give me another fucking question.
I would honestly like to see Roman lose the belt.
I would too. It's been long enough.
It's been too long. His title reign is.
It's already gone through everything it could go through. I don't see it getting better. I see it getting stale.
And it's going that way in a hurry, honestly.
Yeah. That's why
if it wasn't for Sammy, it would be different.
You could stretch it to Mania, but I don't think you could stretch it.
What is your question, Casey?
Dun 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 dun.
I will seriously answer your question.
I will answer it as seriously as I can because I'm kind of drunk at the moment.
I have a feeling the question won't be serious.
I have that same feeling.
Who comes to mind when you hear the word Genesis?
Bible.
Phil Collins.
Sega.
Who comes to mind when I hear the word Genesis?
Phil Collins.
No. Star Trek, the motion picture.
I immediately go to the Bible in my mind.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to go.
No, the Bible is just non-existent in my brain.
You want to fill us in?
The thing is, I don't think of Genesis when I think of Sega. I just think Sega.
Me too.
Well, the first Sega I had was a Sega Genesis.
I never owned a Sega Genesis. That was Super Nintendo.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Sega Genesis 2 is the one I had.
Oh,
yeah, you could play Echo the Dolphin, the weirdest fucking game on the planet.
You could also
swimming through the ocean, and at the end of the game, you're fighting a fucking gigantic alien under the sea.
I love how you fucking remember that. Such an obscure fucking reference.
So, who was the actor that won the WWE champion? He didn't win the WWE championship. He won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, Arquette?
David Arquette. Yeah, David
Arquette. And everybody says that David Arquette is the reason why WCW failed.
Oh
No,
my
the
God.
reason WCW failed is because the TBS or Turner didn't want to put any money into it anymore.
And between that, David Arquette didn't want it until he spoke to Booker T, and Booker T said, "You know what? I don't care."
5-time.
I could go into an hour about why it broke, why
Yeah.
it failed, but I don't have the time for that. And I don't do wrestling anymore.
Plain and simple
They
for
pay
me.
salaries too.
Plain and simple for me. WCW did great because of NWO. WCW failed because of NWO.
Yeah, okay, so the
WCW had something going before they fucked
NWO
up.
took the transition of bringing real life into real life.
Which is what skyrocketed
However,
WCW.
I would so much argue that the NWO was
What's
The
WCW
reason
buying their
WCW
popularity,
was
not earning
successful-
it?
They booked-
WCW was successful before the NWO.
But
They
it got
booked for the
to
sprint, not the
point of
marathon.
Actually
Yeah,
making
yeah.
WWF scared because of NWO.
But I-
They bought their popularity. They didn't earn it. They were
They-
earning it, and then
They
they were
booked
like,
for-
"Fuck this shit."
They booked for a sprint, not a marathon. They did not have a long-term plan, and that bit them in the ass. NWO,
Yes,
and they just
on top of that, with NWO splitting off into the Wolfpack, Hollywood,
Well, that's what killed
the
it.
fucking
You know what? Don't turn
six
it back,
different
Heather. Don't turn it
dimensions
back.
of NWO.
That's what
didn't ha-
killed.
that killed it creatively. But what
Yes.
happened? But what happened behind the scenes was basically Bischoff always thought he had Ted Turner in his back pocket to back him up because Ted obviously backed WCW, and the reason he backed WCW so much was because NWA WCW was a cornerstone of the Superstation when he 1st built it. So he was like, I will always defend wrestling. And then as time grew on, Ted's role in his own company
Diminished
started
to the
getting
point of
diminishing.
non-existence.
So then Bischoff was fired. And once that happened, that was the beginning of the end right there, I think. I mean, you could obviously point to other things before that, like being like a little bit of the catalyst creatively and stuff. But in my opinion, for whether you love him or hate him, once Bischoff was fired from WCW the first time in like 97, I think it was.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
No,
Then, bye-bye.
You know what they did?
69, he was fired.
Or,
Yes, it's
98,
And
yeah,
They turned their
Yeah,
back on the
it's really
Wolfpack. Okay, body bags.
pretty much. Oh, my God. Let's see. Genesis the car. Jesus. Real fun fact, by the way, for those of you listening to us on the audio platform. I know we don't really do too much on the audio platform other than just like transfer like the Marvel Roundtable and then this show onto like Spotify and all that fun stuff. But any guesses on how many total overall downloads we had this year?
3,800.
17 minus 8 plus 64.
What?
I don't know.
What are you drinking? Did you finish the Bacardi?
He finished the recording
finished that before we
started.
started. Come on, man.
Upload.
Download. How many download plays did we have on audio platform? I'll tell you right now.
400.
400 from Heather.
Pie.
I said
3,800.
Yeah, you're way the fuck off.
I would say 666.
Whoa.
You-
Mark of the devil.
Feeling my fucking number.
Okay, now.
No, actually, my
333.
lucky number is 13, so.
In the words of Billy Bob from Varsity Blues, hand.
871.
Well, that's pretty
I
cool.
was close.
We apparently uploaded in this year alone 10,444 minutes of new content.
God,
You
I
sound
know.
like Howard Finkel at WrestleMania.
10,000 minutes.
You know that. You know how many minutes are fucking invested in Marvel? Fucking soul stealing son of a bitch.
Too many. well, hold on. We did 38, I think, of Marvel Roundtable, and this is episode 51 of No Bucks Given. So, and with some exceptions, more often than not, No Bucks Given ran longer than Marvel Roundtable in terms of overall length. So it's
But I also had to watch fucking hours of content for.
you still
Marvel
watch Captain Marvel, so piss off.
Yeah, you didn't finish Captain Marvel, whereas I did, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Well, just watch She-Hulk twice. You'll be
I made the right decision.
fine. You did. All right, I got a couple other fun questions here for the new year. Let's see. What would you say is the nicest thing you did for someone this year?
Oh fuck, nothing.
Gave him more than one hand job.
I'm gonna say the same
One.
thing.
You only need one hand.
Did you hear what she said? She gave me more than one.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've only got 2. So anyway, the nicest thing I've ever done for somebody?
Complimented someone
This
on a
year.
good hand job.
For 2022.
I mean,
Paid for said hand
Yes.
job?
High five.
The nicest thing I ever did.
I don't know, man. I do nice things all the time. Fuck you guys.
I do nice things all. So my job entails me like I
And then let
am
me see your hands. Where are they?
right here.
Put 'em away.
I'm all about taking
You
care
can
of
see it, okay?
I'm all about taking care of soldiers and families. Like I will literally like I just had a unit leave to go overseas. And like one of the wives was in the hallway and she just looked scared. And I told her, "You have nothing to worry about. I am here for you." And I gave her my cell phone number personally. And she goes like, "Who are you?" I said, "I am the family readiness support assistant for your unit.
I'm a
Anything,
horrible
if you're
person.
having an issue with anything, my job is to help you find a resource. So don't worry. I've got you." So I've always done that. Like if I see anybody that seems distraught when it comes to, their soldier leaving or whatever, I will take care of them.
I can't be the only person thinking this, and if I am, fuck it, I'm a terrible person. But while JP was telling a story, I thought he was gonna say, "Well, I'm looking for more than 2 hand jobs a year."
I mean, she was a good looking woman.
I think the nicest thing I did all year was not put my hands on a customer.
This is your true statements.
I don't blame you on that one, Ray Sean. I think it's probably a good thing. You guys are crushing it in the chat. Joe Common said he helped a coworker move and his cousin.
I've done that a few times, and now I have learned.
Yeah. Bodo said donated to.
That's not the nicest thing. That's a curse.
Yeah. Donated money. Bodo said donated money to Children's Hospital, Animal Rescue, and Cancer Research. Good shit there.
Okay, I did
Alpha
that
said,
too. High five. Let's go.
Alpha said, be there for my friend's mom after a late friend was killed for his birthday. We took balloons, wrote message on them, and let him go. Very nice, Alpha. Makes my nice skill look like absolutely dog shit compared to those things. There was a family friend of mine who she just started her first job, and mother's not the best person in the world, so she like, oh, you have to walk. And so she was walking in the cold with a bike that was like busted. Her leg was hurting her, and it was like pitch black out. And she was on one of those roads like going home where like the breakdown lane is like a line that's right against the curb. Like there's nowhere to fucking move. So I said, fuck it. And I like literally bailed work and grabbed her and made sure she got her home. That's probably say that that's the nicest thing, but nothing compared to all. Oh, and Real Cody timed in donated some money to St. Jude. I did that same thing too. I donated some change to St. Jude. So on that note, though, the other part of that question is, what's the nicest thing someone did for you this year? And I know JP's answer already.
2 hand jobs.
Yeah.
I received $50 today at work from a gentleman. He wanted a pastry. I was like, just here, take it. Don't pay for it. He was like, you sure? He was like, here, thank you. Drop me $50 tip.
Damn.
I've had that happen.
No one
Basement?
tips me shit. Oh, so I've received gifts. I guess. I don't know.
Not gonna say the gifts.
Well,
that's
I mean,
that's
you know.
definitely
That's Christmas. Of course, you're gonna receive gifts.
Well, not always. You never know.
that's a summons. No, never
You know,
mind.
the best thing that happened to me was I received candy on Halloween. You know,
I stole it from kids, but I still receive the candy from Halloween.
No,
But what
I'm
about
trying to think outside of like regular gifts.
what about you, Heather?
Somebody bought me a house.
About fucking time.
Only cost 2 hand jobs.
The thing I did, I know, but I can't. It's too sad for me.
I think the nicest was I got a gift that you guys know what it is.
No.
he's not.
My
Championship belt.
undying love.
Yes, the undying love.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
NWA
Oh,
championship.
that is pretty cool.
I know. I'll give it to all of you.
Why is he
Take it.
digging deep? Where's he going?
He's pulling that thing.
That is
NWA
a nice
championship.
belt.
That is my favorite.
And every time we hear it, we're gonna hear it.
Every time we hear, we're going to hear it. That's how it's work.
Joe Compton said the nicest thing was doing the podcast with JP.
I mean, I was just gonna say that was the nicest thing anybody did for me because I couldn't find anybody, and Joe was like, "I'll do it." I'm like, "Okay."
Hey, there you go.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Dang,
Let's-
you gotta really jump, not just hop.
I appreciate what Joe did. He did a really good job. He answered, all the questions. In fact, my whole thing with that podcast was just to let him talk. But
He did a lot of the talking.
I do a lot of talking. I can't shut the fuck up. I don't.
What?
The nicest thing.
I have you muted half the time. I don't know what you.
I mean, I'm gonna say it. Even though the person is not gonna like it, I think the next nicest thing that happened to me was Eagles defeating the Green Bay
Oh,
Packers.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm sorry. What was that, JP?
Yeah, I was. I wasn't even gonna fucking bring this shit the fuck.
I think
up.
I have the same pants as you.
I'm just telling you right now, if the Vikings beat the Packers tomorrow and the Eagles lose, which I think they may just lose tomorrow.
Listen,
Eagles
I
are out,
voted
but
against them
The
too.
Eagles are not the number 1 seed anymore.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Nicest
The
thing.
Eagles will not beat Minnesota in Minnesota. Just saying, man.
You absolutely listen. I voted against them against the Saints, but it doesn't change the fact that they defeated Packers.
The nicest.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry, JP.
What are you
You're not.
talking
That's fine. It's hilarious.
I'm sorry, JP.
about? What?
But everything.
What were we saying, Basement?
The nicest thing that was done for me is I'm going to have a niece. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
yay!
To join my
What?
nephew. Yeah. I just found that out today. I'm not really having anything. I'm just being around.
I'm just present for it.
Things. So that was probably the best news I've had all year.
More family to spoil.
Well, yeah, well, I love it. I love them. And the nicest thing I did.
I told people I was gonna have a niece.
The nicest thing I did was probably the hardest thing I did this year, which is having to put my dog down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I would agree with that. Stop his suffering.
That is a
Yeah.
difficult thing. That is a difficult thing.
Never good for anyone.
Maybe this year did suck.
It did. Trust me.
Just thinking about that now. Like,
4 out of
maybe
10, man.
I've-
And that 4 is because I'm still alive. I'm telling you.
I've-
And your health turned around from what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah. That gave
More
me
like a-
3. It would have been
It's
1.
more like a 3 point. It's more like a 3.8 rounded up. All right. Well, I got these rapid fire ones that these are year end reflections of questions to look ahead for 2023 since we're on it, and I just realized how fucking late it is. What would you try if you knew you could not fail?
What's the question again?
What would you try if you knew you could not fail?
Hardcore.
What was that, Rayshawn?
Hardcore.
That's actually a really fucking good answer. That's actually a really fucking good answer. Oh my god, I was gonna say starting a business, but fuck, that's even.
Sex with Scarlett Johansson.
No fail.
Can you fail with sex?
Well,
Yes.
I'm not going. Well, it means
yes.
it means I get it.
First off, you don't hand out survey cards after?
I'll be happy with 2 hand jobs.
I have a suggestions box.
The thing that happened to me in 2022 was I finally touched a boob.
Cheers.
Finally made it.
It was my own, but cheers.
So what was the question again? What
would you try if you knew you could not fail?
She's drunk and she knows the.
I'm just trying to. I forgot the question. She has to do this all the time. I can forget them. Really?
Ooh.
Yes.
Got a headache yet?
Joe's was good. Play the lottery. Fuck, that's a good.
Well,
that's
you
a
could
good,
win $2. It's not
a fail.
I thought about that one first.
What
about
fail.
Transform into Optimus Prime? If you can't fail, it's gonna happen. Maybe a monkey's paw situation.
What is one thing I would try if I knew I wasn't going to fail at it?
Yep. Remembering the question.
You already did in 2018.
I mean,
build a house.
What
At least you
about
end up
being
with a
a
house.
look.
Being a pro football player.
I was about to say making my coffee, but I failed at that the other day.
Right, but you couldn't fail. That's the.
Yeah, you would never fail.
I don't know if I would try anything, even if I knew I wasn't going to fail.
What about being an NFL defensive coach?
I would fail.
Well, you can't.
You think so?
You can't fail.
If you knew you couldn't fail.
Didn't understand the assignment.
Yeah, that's what he's not grasping.
No, I get it.
Right.
I just don't think. But
if failure was not an option, if you were unable to physically or mentally fail, what would you do?
The monkey's paw situation where you get it, but there's like this terribleness to it.
I don't think being a coach. I mean, what does it? I mean, so
being a professional coach for any team you wanted.
But it's not my failure, it's the player's failure. If they fail.
Oh my god.
He is banned from answering these questions ever again.
He's answering. He's answering this.
This motherfucker over here. You asked him a simple fucking question, and he's like.
I was about to say he's answering the questions like I do, and I love him for it.
I guess another answer for me will be being a vigilante in New York City.
Well, you could be a vigilante, solve a crime, and then be shot in the head. You were still successful.
But you would never sleep.
I won't fail.
Yeah, no shit.
I won't get shot. I won't get arrested. I won't get caught.
But it never says you're always successful.
What's his name?
Shut up, basement.
See, this is exactly what JP says to me.
Let's
could not fail at.
Yeah,
let's switch the question.
But it doesn't say forever.
At the end of this year, what would you mean? Well, now it says next year, but meaning this one. Now that we're in 2023, at the end of this year, what would you have liked to have accomplished?
I want to have sex with Scarlett Johansson.
I might fail. It's worth a try.
You know what mine is? You get 3 hand jobs.
You kept the bar low.
You talking about in 2023?
Look at her. That's asking a lot, I guess.
At the end of the year, what would you like to have accomplished?
Oh, having a driver's license.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, that's you can do that.
And my own apartment. That's two things I want to do this year.
I'm gonna buy a house.
I was gonna say, how about you get out of the apartment life and go into the house life?
No, man, big city, that's gone.
Yeah.
Oh no, he'd be getting out of the big city at that point because he wants to go somewhere else.
That's true. You could buy a house somewhere else, or you could rent an apartment in New York.
Hey, if we get you in my line of work, you get housing discount.
Yeah, I would need a career job.
How do you feel about prostitution?
I mean,
you could be the new Deuce Bigelow.
How do I feel?
if they pay their taxes, I'll be okay with that.
How do you
How do you
feel
feel
about
about
being
it?
a prostitute?
There's an accountant on a corner with the old
Gigolo?
adding machine.
I want to be a pimp by the end of the year.
Slapping them hoes.
They know the place.
Heather, what about you?
He wants to be a pimp.
I don't know. It's too much work. Gotta make sure they don't
taxes.
get pregnant or AIDS. No.
Wow, I was pregnant. Pregnant, you push them down the stairs. AIDS, you sell them for the next 2 years, and that's it.
AIDS, you push
I
up the
think
stairs.
for me, because I got the promotion in Sensi for last year already. I think I want to promote 2 more steps by the end of this year.
There you go. I think you can do it. I think it's doable.
I want to
Gotta get
stay. I
creative.
want to stay alive for a year.
Mission.
That's
Doable.
yeah, better. Wow, what is one change you can make this year to take better care of yourself?
Go to the gym.
What is one change to take better care of myself? Eat more fiber so I don't sit on the
I was just gonna say you can eat more fiber so you can shit better.
Eat an entire wicker swing set.
I don't think
I
one
wanna get
change is
that
going to be
fucking-
enough.
I want to get that thing that Gina has, where it's like the hula hoop and it has a weight that spins around and helps you lose weight.
I've seen that.
Man, you're going to knock the fucking kid out.
Yes, even more.
I
It's
think
great
that's-
content.
That's a twofer. That's a twofer. Basement
I
ratio. What do you want to do?
Less booze and more activity.
Or hear me
More
out.
booze and less activity?
More booze activity.
Oh, yeah. Well, I tried that. It does not combine. I can tell you that.
How about you, Ray Sean?
I personally want to go back into being a gym rat. I let myself go like about 3-4 years ago.
Starbucks
You
will
and
do
me,
that to you too, man.
I
will
gotta-
be very honest with you.
I gotta get.
You know
get
what I
myself
say
in
every
check.
day to Heather? I gotta start working out more, and I don't.
Yeah.
How that conversation goes is I should work out more.
That's the problem, though, man. Like the idea, I could have the mindset, but then there's.
I say like we gotta start going on walks and shit. I get up
And then the next thing I hear is tuk-tuk as his chair reclines.
I know, I understand that all too well.
No, I definitely want to. I can feel it when I'm walking or climbing stairs, like run out of
feel
breath
it
so
jiggle?
quick.
You can feel it
Huh?
wiggle. You can feel it jiggle. You can feel it jiggle.
Oh man, I am a fucking disgusting piece of shit. I need
No,
to fix my
I'm
life.
too small. I'm too small. I can't feel it jiggle.
I need to fix my life.
I'm talking about your penis, you dumbass.
Rayshawn, I'm going to tell you right now, them Shaquille O'Neal shorts you wear sometimes, they do not hide your lies.
It's a gigantic penis of the law.
Oh, for real?
I don't know.
We know what we know what you're.
Show us that popcorn machine, and they were just stuck. To
We
that movie.
know what the nickname's
Yeah,
for.
yeah. We got another one in the fucking ass screw over here.
Okay, now
It's fucking double.
I won't tell if you don't tell.
The booty boys.
Oh God. Well, that's a good segue. What's one way you'd like to have more fun this year?
Well, I can't drink because I
More
want to be
More Shaquille shorts.
Yeah, more. I guess I don't know. Fuck. I'm gonna have to find like more boring things entertaining.
We're doing it right now, so we can do more shit like
Yeah,
this.
but fucking is drunk like a fucking metric ton.
No, I only had 2 glasses of fucking chocolate.
You only had 2 glasses. I'm on like 75th glass of something.
Well, that's your own problem.
Of something.
Yeah,
something.
it's a mix. I don't know. I can't.
Motor oil? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Like
it's hard to differentiate.
I had 4
Listen.
bottles of Heineken and a Long Island.
listen, every time we get together, there's
I'm
at least
feeling
one
it.
deep laugh from at least one of us. So I mean, it's gonna be good times. What is one thing you want to do more of at work or home?
Well, I gotta take a
God.
piss, so I gotta
That
take a
is
piss.
your
Is my
answer?
answer.
Okay.
Actually, I want to do less of that.
What
Pee
do I
so
want to do more
much.
of? What do I want to do more of?
Yep, either at work or at home.
At home, I would like to sleep more. I find myself waking up like around like
Holy
5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
I don't know why
like
you're
that look,
fucking
Heather.
looking
I was gonna say I see that look that Heather's giving
I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning every fucking day.
Ugh, it sucks.
And then on the weekend when I'm actually off from work, I'm waking
Still
up
wake up.
early.
Yep. Fuck that. I hate that.
Nothing. You can't be negative. You can't do nothing negative.
Yes,
If
you
you're
can.
doing nothing. I said do more of nothing. You really can't do more of nothing because once you're doing nothing, you're already there.
Well, technically, you can do more of nothing. But
But,
technically, doing more of nothing is technically something.
Yes.
Besides,
Plus, his idea of doing nothing is sitting down and watching TV, so he's still doing something.
Right.
I mean, nothing is something.
Ah.
So there's your paradox and problem there.
Yep.
There's no.
Okay, so that's your answer though.
More of nothing? No, I
Yeah.
do too much. But I should probably do dishes more often.
Okay, so if you do, so you want to do. Okay, so you say more dishes at home. Okay.
Well, the reason I say that is because we had this house we were gonna virtually show the house. We haven't done that yet. I said once we got in.
Well,
here,
and then Christmas Eve happened, and then Christmas going to your aunt's house, and then you not sleeping the night after that, and then today going to your.
Wendy happens every day.
Wendy happens every day,
Freezing
and then today
pipes.
going to your sisters. Between then and now, we have literally had no time to just sit and actually do
Nothing.
Yes.
That's what you want to do more of.
It is what it is.
I would like to do more cooking this year. I let myself, go into a rabbit hole for the past 2 years and think I want to enjoy my cooking again.
I want to
What about
do
you?
more sex.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
coming.
I was expecting him to say.
We
What about-
start with Johansson.
What about you, Heather?
With anybody at this point.
I'll be over shortly.
Hope
you
I
shaved
want to get more
everywhere.
customers. I want to get more customers.
I want to get more hand jobs, but that ain't happening.
Mm-hmm. 5-knuckle shuffle.
Sorry, Heather, you said more customers?
Yeah, more customers.
More customers.
How about less? What do you guys want to do less of at home or work?
I know
Not
what
less-
she wants to do less of.
Dealing with Wendy's meltdowns.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's.
I think I want to
And
go
hand
to.
jobs.
I want to go to
See?
work less.
You want to
Amen,
work
brother.
less?
That's a good one.
I mean, I get it.
Unfortunately, you live in America, and not just America. You
America.
live in New York City, one of the boroughs of New York City, my friend.
America. I want to go to the doctor list. There, it's honest.
Yeah.
I know you. Hi, basement. Fucking yeah. Hi.
Look at this guy again. He
I
was
wanna-
just here the other fucking day.
I want to not have sex less.
Man, you had to think about that sentence for a second.
I'm tired of it. I have it too much.
No,
All right.
it's like 3 or 4 times. Right now, 3 or 4 times a month, and it used to be fucking 5-6 times a month. It was too much.
It sound like a.
It's all the doctors.
It was a
isn't
job, okay, and it
It
wasn't a hand
was.
job. Well, sometimes.
I was gonna say, isn't it? Wait.
Well, they never grabbed my balls. They would just be like, "Take off your clothes and lie on this thing." Also, we're gonna put you in a straitjacket, and you can't move for 60 minutes. Now do Lamaze.
That sounds like a good time.
It was not. No. The breathing shit. Hold your
Oh.
breath. The machine. Hold your breath. And there's a certain point in time when you're like, I can't do it no more.
Yes, I
Release
know
your breath.
exactly what you're talking about.
Fucking
Hold your
shit.
breath. I'm like, oh, fuck this fucking piece of shit.
All right. Last question
It's
I got.
always pushing you to that limit of I'm gonna just strangulate myself by doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Last one I got. What is the one thing you need to let go of or accept in the coming year?
Me getting my jobs.
Something a pattern here.
There's some consistency going on here.
You
Plead the
Costco size
fifth on this
thing of
question.
Vaseline. What?
I plead the fifth on this question.
All right.
Let go of, or what was the
Or
question?
accept.
Accept.
Let go of or accept.
Not, I guess, like, not the future I thought I would have. So it's pretty, like, it's
Beautiful English.
It's crippling my soul.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to accept that my house is never gonna be organized the way I ever thought it was going to be. Because between him and putting dishes back wherever the fuck he feels like half the time,
Why is this dish in
then
the
when
toilet?
that too.
I have to think about that one for a second.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, you're in the right place for that statement. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we all accepted that years ago.
Yep.
Though I love most of the people that partook, is just too much.
I think the accept let go thing is this is gonna be. I'm trying to find the right way to phrase this.
So it's way.
Exactly,
you
right?
Racist son of a bitch.
Yeah, the right. I'm already on a great start.
But you shaved that whole face down to the fucking Hitler stash. Looked at that for a while, didn't you? You son of a bitch.
Two things about that. One,
yes.
I actually contemplated keeping the dad stash because I got rid of this first, and it's like nope. And of course, yes, I did do for like I came in like.
How would I look as the Fuhrer? What the fuck?
Viva asked the questions. That I will.
I mean, how many people in the world have? Sorry, Connor.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
How many people in the world have
Everybody
ever
that can
been
grow
so
a beard.
bad that you've ruined a hairstyle for everybody forever?
And that was the
There's
thing
been
for
many,
like.
actually.
Yeah, that's true. There's been a few, but not.
Not to the point of Hitler, though.
No, not a Hitler stash. That I will try things and attempt to achieve certain goals, but not like berate myself if those goals aren't achieved or met. Like trying to be realistic about my goals and expectations.
That's a good one, because
Like-
we all do that to an extent.
Like I'm gonna go back to the gym. I've obviously been really bad about. I started going to the gym in August. I've been terrible at going for the last like 2 weeks. I can feel it. Like I feel like I'm carrying a ton of eggnog in me. I can feel it in me.
Ew.
But
I'm about to release.
I'm watering down the description. But like going to the gym is not like I'd like to. Yes, I'd love to lose weight. But I'm going generally for the more of disconnecting my brain and just getting some aggression out and like for mental health, but also
Yes.
to be you know what I mean? Like I'm not like adhering to a strict goal regiment of like
It's more.
if I don't hit like
Work for not only your body but also your brain.
yeah,
But I do feel like at a certain age you kind of get there.
Yes.
Where it's like I know it's good for me, but I know it's good for me beyond like a certain goal.
Physical, yeah.
Yeah, if you set
that's-
those, like a lot of people go to the gym and set unrealistic shit, and it's like
same thing with the like I've been wanting to do the video essay thing for forever, and I'm like it's gonna be out by this. Like nope, I'm gonna take my time with it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna take my time with this, and when it's done, it's done, and and it'll be out when it's out. I'm aiming for March, but I'm not. If it's not out by March, then I'm not gonna fucking kill myself over it. So I think that's the fun lesson.
it will be beautiful.
I don't know about that, but
Maybe.
that in the dark. That's all. I think those are pretty much good questions. We've been going for a while now. Was there anything you guys wanted to throw out there or do, or look like Heather's kind of defeated?
I'm fucking coming off of the high.
She's
She's drunk now.
I'm
Yeah,
still
woohoo!
awake enough to do anything. For some reason, I have found my 18th wind.
Can we?
Yeah, what the
can
fuck?
We all, can we all take a shot?
I
And
don't
welcome
have
the new year.
any liquor, but I can drink half this beer and die.
I can grab a drink real quick.
I need water then.
She's gonna take a shot of water.
Do a shot of water. Yeah.
All right.
Water.
That's. Oh, Joe Compton threw a question. Bring back one thing from 2022 from.
I bring back something from 2022.
I believe so.
I want everything in 2022 to be in 2022. I have nothing that I want to bring over.
If there's one thing that I can bring back from 2022,
Ah.
I'll bring back Bobbit.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh yes. See, I made it about myself.
My dad was old. My dad was old. Bobbit was too young.
Yeah.
So I will say yes. I'd love to have my dad back, and I'd love to be able to talk to him again.
I'm in the same boat.
But Bobbit would be that one. He was too young.
Yeah, way too young, man.
Ow,
fuck.
Joe, actually, I'm good with that. To be honest with you, I appreciate the so that was not a light decision. While I wait for Heather to get some water. That was not a light decision. That had been something I've been contemplating for a while, and I have been on so many fucking breaks. And like, I like, it's like, hey, I'm back, and it's like, oh, I'm taking a break. I'm back. I'm gonna take a week off. And it's like, I can't, like, there were so many factors in terms of making that decision, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm happy with what I did. I'm happy with what I accomplished, and I didn't care if that name stayed around. I didn't care if like, oh, I remember you as that. Cool. I wasn't clinging on to it. So fun ride, but
it's weird because like you like streaming, doing YouTube or streaming every week and like going through that window, like fucking there's no passion there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of people are like, oh, well, everybody can do YouTube, whatever. Yeah, it's all great and whatever. But you have to. You're not seeing fucking money.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, these assholes hate me for having them drag through every fucking Marvel movie. So I mean, God's sake.
So if your incentive is just to have a good time, hang out with people, then it works. I mean, though I feel
it works to a point.
Though, well, whatever. Fuck. Though I do feel like there is a nice. The thing is, like, there's times, and I'm not gonna lie, there's times where we do stuff where I'm like fucking dragging myself to be here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's very rare, and it's usually when we've done something that's been like 5 days in a row, and now we're doing this. It's like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, no, Joe, I'm not.
Happen.
Yeah, and hey, I'm the same way. Sometimes I have to set my alarms to like be like, hey, but that's just because work and 2 kids, as JP and Heather know. Well, at least 1 kid anyway. But Joe, no, I mean it's I mean that's I don't take shame in it. It's just I knew like 2 years before that at some point it was going to end, and like okay, like either it was going to launch me into a different career or a different opportunity, or it would just stop. One of those 2 things was going to happen, and I was kind of prepared for it, but then just like COVID, you know, the product, I was fried. It was just like,
it's a lot of work.
And yeah, it was not to bitch about it, but it was a 1-man show. Like nobody I was the one producing and doing all the stuff, even the stuff for Fight. That was all me. But it got to a point where I'm like, I'm good.
It was becoming
I've
a second job for you with everything that you had to cover.
so my days off used to be Thursdays and Sundays. And so I'd work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, off Sunday. The Thursday would be the day I would go into the studio to film for Fight, get the raw footage, and then edit it in time for Thursday night to be sent out to Fight. So it just got to the point where it's just like, I stopped. I'm like, you know what? I've done some amazing things, met some amazing people, and developed some amazing friendships. And Basement, and then then I was contented. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, I changed I'm thinking about doing the same thing, not closing my channel, but changing the name of it. Because I don't do wrestling anymore, and wrestling essentially sitting there doing the show for 3 hours, because I did live reactions, and it was like,
it was a struggle.
It's the same. They were showing the same shit every week, and it's like, so we're just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna react to what? The same thing that fucking seen last week. If I wanted to, at one point I told everybody, I'm like, fuck, we could just replay this fucking show, because fucking Raw was the exact same fucking show it was the week before. It just became too tedious, and there was nothing new. Not saying that it's been better. The shows, the wrestling shows have been better, but they're still like, what is there? Me actually doing the live reviews and all that shit kind of took out. Since I've stopped doing it, I've actually enjoyed wrestling a little bit more.
That's the biggest thing, honestly.
Right,
like when it becomes an obligation to watch something regardless of your enjoyment, then the enjoyment fades away. And with wrestling, because we did wrestling for a while there, I was part of the wrestling stuff too. We were watching it, we were trying to review it, we were trying to work it into something. But the problem with wrestling, and especially during that era, it might have been one of the worst eras in wrestling.
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, I think of it now, I'm like, yeah, I could probably go back and do like a wrestling show a week, but to what extent? Because once you start on that, you start doing the next one, and then the problem is, once you get to the point where you're so ingrained in wrestling that you're ingrained in the fandom of wrestling, the fandom will kill you. The fandom is the worst fucking part.
You're not wrong on that. And by the way, I'm not like offended or like like, the name. Yeah, of course everybody knows me as OK Fabe. That's fine. I'm not like offended or like, oh, you can't call me by that anymore. I just yeah, Joe just said it best. When something becomes a job, the fun is instantly sucked out of it. It happened way too fucking often towards the end, like monthly, almost weekly, turning into
the only
daily.
way that it becomes acceptable is if it becomes financially viable, and then it becomes a job. And it's still a job of like the product, I guess, that you're interested in. But and YouTube, the difference between a job and slave labor on YouTube, it's pretty much, most people work for nothing on YouTube. If they're considering it work, I'm running this channel, they're working for nothing, unless they have sponsors, unless they have Patreons and things like that. And I don't care who you are. Get to a certain point in your life and do hours upon hours of something on the side and never like get anything financially from it. You better fucking love what you're doing.
I said to the one plus thing that I took away from it was, my son's like, I want to be a YouTuber. I'm like, boy,
nope.
Come, let me sit down and let me tell you a tale. And I told him the realistic, like, exactly what you guys know as far as like subtext, about like, hey, here's the realistic truth of how this is going to work and how if you think that like all these things are going to happen. And he's smart enough that he understood it, but I'm like, no.
No, I mean,
You're
I've
not-
seen a handful of YouTubers out there that pretty much maintain who they are, but the majority of people that do YouTube turn into basically a clown putting on a show. And they do the same thing. They talk about the same shit, and they're like way over the top, and it's like, holy fucking Christ.
Yeah, there's so many out there that just go all out for everything. It's like nobody else has the money for that.
or the time or the patience. I'm good on that. But anywho, shot of water, everyone.
I mean, I got tequila in here.
I got fucking poison in my
Water.
veins.
Cheers.
I'm drinking half. I'll drink this entire red stripe Jamaican lager beer. Right? That's pretty good.
I never tried that beer.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. I would recommend it.
I would recommend it.
Oop.
And then the next day he's like, I'm in the hospital again.
I didn't even add that message.
Well, wouldn't be the first.
Woo!
1 second. Didn't mean to hide that message text.
No.
yeah.
What did he say?
He said, when I grow up, I want to be a
boob inspector, but only for hot women.
I'm with you on that.
You know what? I'd inspect any boobs. Whatever. Give it to
I'm
me.
right there with you on that one, basically.
Give me the pancakes. Give me the crepes. Just nipples.
Knee knockers.
On that note, I mean,
monster breasts.
anything else we want to do before we wrap up the stream, or we can keep going, or what?
I mean, I'm good for 24
We're all
hours.
tapped. I think we're all tapped.
That's why I wasn't here at the show last night, because I stayed up for 36 fucking hours straight.
Yeah,
I
Jesus
don't know
Christ.
why that happened.
Let's do it
but
again, baby.
I could not fucking sleep yesterday or the night before, so I ended up finally. I
Can't do that.
I'm too old for that anymore. So I'm like, I'm gonna lay down. I actually turned on one of my favorite shows, to be honest with you. If you've never seen them, please go check them out. It's the Evan Nova. They do the Star Wars Versus series stuff.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Fucking love. I love watching that stuff.
Yeah,
And
that's what knocked him out.
that's what knocked me out.
Okay.
It's so great, I fell asleep to it.
How hyped are you guys
Well, it's
to
really
get into the Star Wars and Harry Potter roundtables? Because that's going to be 2023 for the most part.
Yes.
We're probably going to get Black Panther in a month, or what did you say, Connor? Not
I
that
think
long.
Black Panther's coming out this month to Disney Plus.
So once we're done that, we're switching gears, baby.
And we're going straight to Harry Potter, which I am working on the thumbnails for currently.
Harry Potter.
I'm looking forward to it. I think there's a lot of
Honestly, that's one I could group watch because I've seen them all fucking 3 times.
And I've read the books multiple times.
I read the books too, so.
That's one thing
same.
Am I the only one that's not?
Now you're gonna have to
Sorry.
read the books.
Yeah, do all this shit.
I'm not. I'm just not interested in Harry.
Man, you gotta give it a chance. You gotta get your fucking
No, I
wand.
did.
Take your
No,
penis out.
I didn't. I saw Sorcerer's Stone and I
The-
saw Chamber of Secrets.
Those are the worst
It's
two.
just-
Those are the. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so here's the thing, with Harry Potter, as the movies go on, it gets more mature. The first 2 are made for kids. The
The
others
first 2
are made
just the
for
introduction to the
yeah.
characters you're going to need to pay attention to.
yeah. Watch the third one. I think you'll like the third one. Third one is
The third
one of my
one's
favorites.
Princess-
Third one on, it picks up from there.
Yeah, it's real.
That's
It
the
starts to
Azkaban one.
I agree.
Yes,
it gets
Prisoner
good.
of Azkaban.
Gets good, and then it gets pretty dark. to
It
be
goes
honest,
super
for
dark there.
like
It's really dark.
for like a
Like,
kids show.
Episode 4 is when it starts going apeshit dark.
Yes,
And they have some fucking great performances.
they do.
They do.
And these
The-
performances coming out of 13 and 14-year-old kids.
Man,
no less.
everybody
so
else
a
that they
lot
surrounded them with are like fucking 10 out of 10 actors.
Yes.
So a lot of the actors in that movie are stage
I prefer, yeah, the
Stage
Broadway
perfor-
performers and all that. Yeah.
Broadway actors like Alan Rickman was probably one of the most popular, well-known actors in that
Perfectly
movie. Besides
him-
he might be the
him,
best
Helen
casting in the entire.
Helena Bonham Carter as well.
Well, she
Yeah,
wasn't.
she was casted perfectly too. They have
Yeah.
the casting. I'd give 8.5 out of 10 because the replacement Dumbledore. I'm not there for it. I'm there for 100%. Ralph Fiennes or whatever the fuck his name.
Yeah, the original Dumbledore
Rafiki.
unfortunately passed away in the middle of production, so they
Yeah.
had to.
He was also
Yeah,
the.
I didn't mind the Dumbledore replacement. I didn't mind him.
Well, reading the books and his acting, he did not really follow.
Yeah,
the
he's a little
character.
off. I agree with you there.
Dumbledore
Yeah,
and
but
movie Dumbledore. So
we'll get
But
there. We'll
he
cross.
still does a good job. Like overall, he's still pretty solid.
Do we think that we're gonna hit 1,000 subscribers this year?
I think so.
fingers crossed, hoping we do.
I'm gonna be honest and please tell me if I'm please
You're
prove me
wrong.
wrong, but I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say
I'm
we'll
buying
end
the
up at
subs right now.
986. Which I guess
I
is like
am
not
not
bad.
wanting to. I'm not wanting to be negative like that. It's just
You being realistic.
I'm being
It
realistic.
realistically all depends on if something catches fire,
Mhm.
and if it
Which
doesn't,
we're hoping the roundtables
Like
will,
a-
because the next two we got up have huge
Like a-
cult followings.
Like
And I
a
agree
goblet?
with you, Tex. Half-Blood Prince, the ending to that was perfect.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
when we we're gonna do a
Half-Blood Prince is
roundtable,
an incredible book. The
It
movie
is.
is not
Oh
as
my
good.
God.
We'll go into. There's a couple of details
get
I have
to
about
it.
the movies in books comparison.
Man,
We'll
the,
get there.
the,
We'll
the
get there.
movie is like I'm deciding to add on the most important thing about the books at the very end. But
Did we get 596 subscribers in 1 year?
We
no,
gained
1 year.
No, we gained about 300 this year.
300?
Yeah.
I think somewhere in that ballpark. But anywho, cool. I think we're good for this. Are we good for No Books Given now? You guys good? I think we're all like on death's door.
Tex,
So.
I have the power.
Next year is our 1 year anniversary.
next year is our 1 year anniversary for doing this show.
That's right. Damn right.
Not so much and I know it's episode 52, but
It's 51.
I don't buy too much into the 52 episode thing.
51.
It's 1 year anniversary from when the show first started.
Well,
And
yeah.
51.
not to mention,
And birthday cake.
No, this is 51.
Pregnancy.
this is 51. Next week will be 52.
I'm pregnant.
And it's
But less.
if we do it, we run it long like we usually do. We'll be running into my birthday.
Birthday
pregnant, y'all.
cake is what you have to deliver,
Oh,
JB.
God,
shit.
Basement's
Finally.
18th wind has crashed on him.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, as soon as the show gets turned off, he's gonna be the Windows shutdown mode.
I'm gonna be in shutdown mode too.
All right. Well,
You
happy
got
New
any-
Year,
You got any
everybody.
plans for your birthday?
We're going to Decorah unless we can't get somebody to watch Wendy, in which case I'm stuck at home with Wendy.
What's
I'm actually
the
going there
Cora?
for business.
No, no, with decor.
And I'm taking Heather with me.
What is the Cora? What is that?
It's
in Iowa.
It's a town in Iowa.
Oh, okay. Iowa. I'm the hoe.
Halloween
That's- I-
Ends was a fucking piece of shit, Tex. We can all agree on that. The movie was fucking garbage.
Wendy watched it and laughed at it, so that should tell you.
That just tells you everything you need to fucking know.
Fucking
Wendy
piece of
watched
shit.
all of the new Halloween movies and laughed at every
They
one
should
of
be embarrassed for making that movie. Honestly, garbage.
The
The one
That was-
before
that was
it,
pretty bad.
the one before it was also garbage.
them. It
What,
was.
the 2016 Halloween?
Mhm.
How are we gonna fight Michael Myers from a fucking stretcher and some random? I think that's Michael.
Yeah,
He's
that,
like
yeah,
4'8",
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that was some horse shit. I will admit, but
Garbage fest.
anyway. But on that note, thank you all for tuning in for episode 51, No Bucks Given. Next week's going to be a doozy. Not only is it the 1 year anniversary, as we mentioned, of the show, it's actually going to be a banger weekend because we got Survivor Series in HGGM mode, so it's going to be a fucking crazy
Oh,
weekend.
shit.
It's going to be that. It's Heather's birthday, and it's the 1 year of No Bucks Given. So it's going to be a good weekend, and hopefully we see you guys there. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for Thank you all for all your support. Check us out, of course, down below. Check us out on our socials, all that fun jazz. We appreciate each and every single one of you in 2022, and we're going to treasure the shit out of you in 2023.
Good night, fuckers, and a happy new year.
I have the power.
Shut it down.
Fine.
He does. He's the one running OBS.
Got that.